when you talk protein,
Yeah.
I mean, I basically cut out bread and pasta, and I did that for the most part a while back. So if you can do those two things,
Yeah.
man, well, you've all soft
drinks. Soft drinks will kill you. Well, I do soft drinks, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, one in the evening.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. This hour brought to you by Art of Granite. I love when you can save money and also go to great people, and that's what this show's all about. It really is about helping you by solving your problems, answering your questions, taking complaints, making referrals. We have a great show lined up for you today. We have some follow-ups. We will do whatever we can to make your life a little easier. 303-713-TALK is our number. Live on Facebook, live on YouTube, live on the iHeartRadio app, live in Denver on KHOW and in Colorado Springs KRDO and other affiliates. So all you have to do is listen and call. Now, 24/7, this number works. If you can't figure out when we're on or not, this number will automatically come to the studio when we're on the air. When we're not on the air, it will go to our voicemail or our office. But you'll always be heard. 303-MARTINO. 303-627-8466. Art of Granite. What the hell is it? Okay. Art of Granite is truly a guy that just does a fabrication and installation. He will not charge above wholesale for his granite material. He's a direct stone importer, so you get it really passed along to you, his cost. He'll also do that no matter where you buy it. You can buy it anywhere on his wholesale account. And then, of course, he tears out and hauls away free. He also does the bathroom free when you do the kitchen. Somebody once mentioned, Tom, why do you say tear out and haul away free? Doesn't everyone do that? That's not automatic, by the way. That's a major job. We're talking about demolition. He'll do that. He'll take care of everything. And then he charges for fabrication and installation. What I really love about him is you can get a price on the phone. There's no magic to it. He knows what the stuff costs. He knows what his fabrication cost is. So you can get a price on the phone. You know, damn near, not an exact, but within $100 or so. So then you go out to the showroom, get your wholesale countertop material, custom edges, sinks, cabinets for a small markup from the manufacturer. Whatever you need, he's got it. artofgranite.net. 303-386-5919. 303-386-5919. I want to do this one follow-up, and then we'll introduce our guest. Man, this puzzled me. This puzzled me. It had me scratching my head. I basically like to lay this out. Donna called for her son. Her son is a veteran, and he got a job, basically, and signed this agreement. But the agreement was a little hazy, a little ambiguous. And the ambiguity is always construed against people who make up the contract if you don't have any input. And it was a little ambiguous. It really was. Donna's son signed something that said that this place will provide training at a cost of this, $9,999 to him. And he signed it. It didn't say he had to pay it. It said at a cost of. Now, I looked at it and immediately thought he was agreeing to pay for it. Other people might look at it and say, no, they're just saying this is how much we're investing in you. It doesn't matter, neither here nor there. One thing that really bothered me, though, is when Donna said all the other people who work there were given an opportunity to work 2 years, and if they put in 2 years, the price is waived. They just want to make sure that people will stay there. And I don't blame companies for doing this, but here's what she said. She said in her son's case, he was immediately dismissed and was fired and not allowed that same opportunity. And I said, why wouldn't he be allowed the same opportunity? She said, I have no idea. Right?
Yeah, and they didn't pay up front, right? If they stayed there 2 years, they would waive the fee.
But in her case, in his case, they were asking for the money. And if he wouldn't pay it, they said, well, then you have to leave. And I said, why would they do that, Donna? Why would they do that? And that was really the answer I wanted. Why did you allow other people to stay there for 2 years and then waive the fee? But in his case, you billed him. Did he actually get a bill or a request for the money, Donna?
He was just asked for the money.
Yeah, and you didn't know why when we asked you, and we wanted to talk to your son, and we wanted to talk to them, and we finally got it all figured out. And I thought you would like some answers, since I think some things were lost in translation.
Well, and I think, too, is I didn't go into too much detail, because I know people tend to do that. And
you
that's
went
why
into a
when I
lot of
sent the
detail.
letter-
What part did you not go into? I think you did everything. Now, people normally tell us this after we do our research. They tell us they left something out. Did you leave anything out? Tell us what you left out.
Well, yeah, because in the letter that I wrote to you guys, I put, he originally agreed to pay for his training to work for the company since he wasn't going to be working there for more than a year. He had plans and already passed the Denver fire exam to start processing to become a firefighter. After much thought, he decided to follow his
Donna,
passion
okay, you
in
never
Virginia.
mentioned on the phone call when I said, do you have any idea why they would not let him work 2 years? You said, and I'll pull up the recording, I have no idea. We were asking, hold on, you said we were asking the same question. I don't want to fight with you, and I would love to help your son, a veteran. I would love to help him. But Donna, we asked you that 3 times. Do you have any idea why would they allow those other guys to work 2 years and waive the fee, but they would not do it for him? Donna, you recall that conversation, right?
Okay, but you're not letting me speak.
Go.
Okay, so what I was getting to is that he had come back and told them that he wasn't going to leave after all and that he would stay and work for them, like all the other guys did. And then after that is when all this other stuff started coming up.
Now you've given us a new nugget of information we yet did not have. Now, I'm going to say something. Say everything you want, Donna.
I did write it in my letter.
Donna, okay, say everything you want right now. Everything you want. So right now, we acknowledge the reason they did not let him stay was because he said he's going to leave. But now you're saying he wants to stay. So were you working on this, Deputy Clint? Who was working on it? Was it Suzanne who worked on it? Whoever it was, we need to call them now and say he's willing to stay for 2 years.
No, they know that.
No, they were not. They were under the impression he passed the firefighter's exam, unless they're just lying to us, Donna. But you're saying now he would rather work there the full 2 years or more.
And they knew that because he's got a permanent job there in Suffolk.
So now we're going back to the original thing is you have no idea why they are firing him.
Okay. He originally was working for them. And then he was taking a fire test, and he told them, if I pass this fire test, I may have to leave within a year, and I won't be able to stay here for 2 full years for you. And if that's the case, I don't want to screw you guys, and so I'll pay you.
Okay.
So then he took the fire test, he passed, and then
they billed him.
And then he realized, you know what, that's not really what I want to do. My passion is skydiving and indoor skydiving and teaching and helping people that way.
Okay.
So then he came back and told him, hey, you know what? I'm not going to move back to Colorado. I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to stay doing my skydiving in Suffolk and working for you guys.
Okay. But that he said that after they billed him for the $9,900 bucks.
No,
okay.
To my knowledge, they never asked for the money.
All right, Donna.
Until...
Okay. Until they knew he wanted to stay. Well, that's wrong. Would you get the son on once and for all, or do you think we spent enough time?
I do.
Okay, all right. Maybe I take a vote. I don't know. Maybe I honest to God want to help people, but they make it so difficult. He wanted to be a firefighter. Now he wants to stay. She told us that in the original letter. Do you have the original letter, Daphne? Where is it?
I have it right there in front of you, and I have it on an email.
I mean, it's right here. Okay. Right here? This is the original letter. Okay. So we'll take care of that. And then maybe we just, Deputy Clint, you call the skydiving place. And why would they fire a veteran and not give him a chance to finish his 2 years after putting $9,999?
Because he was going to leave and be a fireman.
Because, no, she said he changed his mind. And
well, maybe he changed his mind after he left to become a fireman. Who knows? I mean, she's already left a ton out.
I don't know.
And they're all they're all ex-military also.
Yeah, I don't know why they would fire him. Would you please try to get someone on the air from there, please? I mean, she's saying they unfairly fired her son for no reason at all.
I thought he
would
left.
Not. Hold on. No, she's saying he never left and wanted to stay. That is what she's saying. She's saying he wanted, and they would not let him. She's a moving target, okay? So now we're going to go with that scenario. And I want people to know that she has the opportunity to say anything she wants. The latest story is he wanted to stay. They would not let him. He changed his mind about being a firefighter. Connie, what's going on with you, Connie?
I ordered windows from Lowe's in November.
Yeah.
And I told them I wanted to clad it on the outside, wood on the inside, and they said
Yeah,
they could do it.
It's called aluminum clad, and what happened?
Well, all of a sudden he goes, I can't do that. He was going to give me Pella, and he couldn't do that. And now I got Milgard. But Tommy, the sales guy, and Doug, the installer, came out, measured my windows, and Doug started giving Tommy different numbers of windows. He goes, they'll all match. They'll be fine. Well, when the windows came in...
Well, Connie, you at one time had a sheet that outlined what windows you were getting, right?
No.
So they ordered them without you signing anything?
I signed something, but it didn't have the windows on it, but it had...
What did it have?
And I went into the store, and they gave me some, and they said they were the Alter series, which wasn't what I wanted.
Okay. So, but you never, they don't have anything with you buying anything. You didn't sign for any order.
No, I did. I signed
but
something.
But the order that, this is what I'm trying to find. Did the order you sign have the right windows or the wrong windows?
It didn't have any windows written on it. It just said they were ordering windows for me.
That's all it said? Do you have a copy of that?
Yep.
And all it said was, we are ordering windows. Did it
Right.
say, did it have a price on there?
Yeah, $19,000.
Okay, did it have a number of windows?
I think so. I think it said 15 in a door.
And it just said 15 windows in a door? It didn't give the name of a window?
Nope.
No Wow.
So
It just said 15 windows and one door, and it said 19,000 whatever, and that was it. And you signed it.
Yeah, because
was there any amendment to it saying C amendment or C plan or C anything or not?
Yeah, he showed me a piece of paper with window numbers on them.
Well, hold on. Was that part? They showed you a piece of paper with. You're not supposed to know what numbers are, but you don't want the windows. Is that what it is?
Well, what it is they agreed to replace my living room windows.
Yeah.
With the wood clad like I wanted. And I've given them since February. They came out once, and there's a whole bunch of other problems. They cracked one of the frames around the pane.
But how many windows are installed right now?
15.
So you did have 15 windows installed?
Yeah, but they're all but 7 are wrong.
But why... How did they install them without you stopping them if they're all...
I tried. I had a tile guy working here.
Connie, they installed all 15 windows, and 7 of them are wrong. Hold on a second. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center will help you if you have a hearing loss or tinnitus. And they have new state-of-the-art hearing aids that work with your cell phone to adjust for your surroundings. You can adjust volume, you can adjust environment if you want, or leave them the way they are. They're wonderful computer processors. And here's the deal. They also have tinnitus treatment built into hearing aids. If you have a certain kind of tinnitus, you can get rid of it forever with this Syncra. Here's the point. Whatever your problem, Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center can handle it. They are the forefront of research when it comes to finding the latest products on the market. Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center, 303-534-0163. They have a new beautiful office at 3601 South Clarkson. That's Clarkson and Hamden. Second floor, there's an urgent care there. Hamden and Clarkson, they're on the second floor. Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center, 303-534-0163. Connie, did she send any paperwork at all? No?
This report is brought to you by Lowe's.
Biggest problem on the Metro Drive right now.
Can you ask her if she can send us quickly anything that she has in writing, anything at all?
225 on that. Also,
and then we need
the city 270 westbound.
We need to get a hold of them.
That's guys. Now some problems popping up eastbound I-70 between Pecos and I-25. Have some earlier accidents northbound I-25. As a result,
it's not some
northbound I-25 still heavy from Alameda through Colfax.
Now we did promo
Denver today, partly sunny, afternoon showers. Some of those could be severe with a high of around 78. We're at 68 right now. With your traffic and weather, Dave Hunter, 630 KHOW.
For customers at Lowe's, save 5% every
Is Budget A1, they have 2 commercials running. Is there anything special they want to do? What are they doing?
Transmissions.
Is there a reason you did it that
Yeah,
way?
because the sun goes through the other way.
Because I just see the sun through it there.
You mean it goes through more?
Yeah.
Look at this. This
Yeah, I gotta change that one too.
you want them down, not up.
Down, yeah.
And it looks better on camera.
Right.
Art of Granite fabricates
Because I've never done it that way, but
supplies
you're the one looking.
direct from the manufacturer.
It looks to me like more light comes through that way.
Quartz and other natural stone.
No?
I don't know why sometimes it shows that through there.
Go to a granite yard and he'll send
Maybe
you.
I didn't get him up all the way right.
You know, he doesn't make any money on the granite.
I don't know. It's usually, that's what you usually do, but I don't care. You can have it any way you want.
That's convenient. You're crazy.
Is that better now? See, that looks darker to me.
Warehouses and those
Do you want more light or less?
phony sales for 80, 90.
Less because
So is that's less light now, right?
And a guy that'll
Shows
give you
about
rock
the same
bottom prices
Really?
when you buy it.
Brent needs you to cover through
in the
Wednesday.
bathroom for you
He's
right
hot.
now. 303
Yeah, this is the one for 11 o'clock.
Affordable Interest Mortgage has been offering the asset manager all-in-one for over 11
And that
years.
one where I have MY, her name is mine.
Did you ask Connie to send
Yes.
something? You know what? Some of these things, damn it, I just want to call Lowe's and see. I really do. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't mind calling ahead of time. If I don't know what Clint's doing, but I don't mind calling and saying, listen, she doesn't like the windows. What are you going to do for her? But I don't
She
know.
said, she goes, I kept trying to stop them from even putting them in because I knew they were wrong and they
Okay.
wouldn't listen to me.
Okay.
So she said she has tons of emails. I said, no, I don't want tons of emails. I just want.
What I really want is her order, and then her first email of concern, if she could send it. And the first email of concern, showing she was concerned.
Start saving. Homeowners have been using this loan since 1960. Affordable Interest Mortgage.
Find fixer free, 89 plus parts, 119 for a transmission service. You did the 30 for that.
I'm sorry, I know. Say it again so I can put it down here.
89.99.
Got that.
Find
I know
fix
it.
free.
Okay.
119 transmission service, most vehicles.
If you or someone you know is
Okay.
alcohol,
And then complete rebuilds on transmissions, starting at $1,700 if you want to go
or
there.
trauma related to substance abuse, please know you're not alone. There's help. Call the Raleigh House today. They've established a special number to address your concerns. 720-893-5559. That's
I do one find fixer free and then one on the transmission service, 119. That's cheap.
program located here in
That's
Colorado.
usually over $200.
Do they drop the pan and put in a filter?
All evidence-based
Yes.
treatments designed to
Yes,
help
absolutely.
reduce substance
Wednesday, you here 9 a.m.?
Get the
I
help
will be if you want me to.
Okay.
Insurance
I'll be
covers
early.
cost. Call today.
What is it going on?
Obligation.
We're just going to talk to John Class and his brother, Clay.
5559 720-893-5559. Call today. If you owe the IRS,
I don't know if I can add it to your calendar, so you might want to add it.
collectors could track you down.
I'm putting it on mine.
Don't wait until it's too late. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima works to stop the aggressive collection actions and fights to get you the best possible.
Can we get this computer repair guy?
Plus rating with the BB.
I've got 3 of them for contact.
800-960-1575. 800-960-1575. Optima Tax Relief. Michael Brown. Afternoons 4 to 7.
I can't believe we're all worried about Russian.
It's going to be 9 a.m.
The Chinese spy that worked for Senator Dianne Feinstein for, you guessed it, more than 20 years. Join me Monday at 4 for more Irreverent Talk Radio.
$89.99. Would you like to put a price on a car repair where it's guaranteed to be $89.99 with parts and labor, or it's free? Now, wait a second. Before you say, wait, what do you mean? What does it mean? Let me explain it exactly. Most problems at Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair, they're willing to fix with, plus parts for $89. They're saying the labor is going to be $89.99 plus parts. And that's pretty cheap if you think about it, because they put 1 or 2 guys on that, and they'll fix any problem, or it's free. And if it's free, you still get 1 hour or more of free diagnostics. So you see, it really works. You go in there and say, look, I've got this problem. And they will
find it for $89.99 in labor, and then you pay the parts. If you decide not to, you don't have to pay a dime. But you still get a free diagnostic, so you end up paying nothing and find out
exactly what's wrong and whether it's worth fixing or not. That's budget A1 transmission auto repair, $89.99 plus parts. And if you shop around, you're going to find that's great. And that's for almost any repair. Now, obviously, like, let's say the transmission has to be completely rebuilt. They can't do it for parts plus 89. But they will give you the option, of course, and show you exactly what's wrong, and you don't pay a dime. 303-781-9858. Find, fix, or free. $89.99 plus parts. 303-781-9858. Budget A1 transmission on South Santa Fe, just south of Dartmouth. Okay, Dr. Chris Centeno is with us from Centeno Schultz, and we will be addressing some issues with stem cell therapy because I'm on a crusade to stamp out the fake stem cell therapy in the market and around the country. And I also want to ask him about the good stem cell, too. I don't want to just harp on bad stuff, but I want to talk about some of the good stuff. Connie, I just am so pissed off at these places that don't listen to consumers. And listen, I could say to you, oh, Connie, you should make sure that you get, all the window numbers and check them out. But no one does that. No one takes a model number and checks out each and every window to make sure it's the right one. What I don't understand, though, of 15 windows, the ones that are wrong, why are they wrong? You said only half of them are wrong. What's wrong with them?
They're fiberglass on the inside and fiberglass on the outside. And I did find my contract. I'm trying to figure out how to send it.
Well, if you can, hold on a sec. So you have fiberglass on all inside and outside, and the other ones that you like have wood on the inside. Is that right?
Right, because I have some in my house.
Why would they do? But why would they just arbitrarily take some of them and make them wood and some of them fiberglass? Why?
That's what I didn't get. I didn't get why they did that.
Were they? Let me ask you this: is it possible they were replacing the ones with fiberglass, or the ones with fiberglass with ones already there, and then the wood ones with the wood ones already there? In other words, did you already have only some wood, or were they all wood?
All the windows that were in my house were wood.
Then how did they decide? How did they decide where to put the fiberglass?
It was the installer. He just changed everything on me.
Well, he can't do that. And how much? And you paid 19 grand.
Tommy, the salesperson, admitted the installer changed the numbers of the windows.
Well. Okay, well, guess what? This sucks. I want to see, listen, we have to work on this. There's no reason to belabor it. If they sold you windows you did not want, I don't know how the heck they plan on getting paid. Did you already pay, though?
I had to. I
Why?
had to pay him up front.
Oh, what? At Lowe's?
Yep.
Really?
They made me pay it up front.
Well, that should have told you something right there, Connie. You should have gone with one of our companies like K&H Home Solutions.
I tried to. I couldn't afford it. That's my problem. I'm a widow.
$19,000? That's a lot of money. It wouldn't have been more than $19,000 for 15 windows.
K&H would have been less.
There's no way you would have paid. There's no way you would have paid that much. Not more than $1,000 a window. Hold on a sec. Let's at least try to help her. Oh, my goodness gracious. And they wanted all of it up front. Get her contract and her information. Let's mark this as a follow-up. 303-713-TALK. Dr. Chris Centeno, welcome to the show. I know we addressed a lot of questions I've been getting off the air, and I want to get to some of those. But suffice it to say, you now have a location south, which is, I don't think that matters. I always wonder, one guy was looking for, I swear to God, a heart surgeon one time. He says, well, he's too far away. I said, what are you talking about? He's in the tech center. You live in North Denver. You're not going to travel for heart surgery. It's not like you got to go see him every week. Seriously, the guy was, so really, don't you have people coming in from all over?
Yeah, we see patients from all over the world. We're as likely to see a patient from Colorado as New Zealand.
All right. So why'd you open in the tech center? It's a great location. I'm happy you did. And I think it is convenient.
Yeah, we opened to the tech center just because of our Colorado patients, we had a lot that lived south.
Okay.
And we wanted to give them the option to go down there.
Where's the office? Let's get started there.
It's over near Skyridge, not too far, and in Lone Tree.
Lone Tree. Okay, so a little south of the tech, but it's still. So are you down in that medical complex down there, Skyridge?
Yes, right where all the other physician offices are located near Skyridge.
Cool. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Let's go to Mai. Is it Mai?
Yes.
Hi, Mai. What's happening?
Hi, Tom. Yes, Tom, I like to tell you right now. I have on my email. I have the email from the general manager.
Yeah. What happened? First of all, this has to do with a Toyota?
Yes, Toyota. I bought a Toyota 4Runner.
When did you buy it, Mai?
Yeah, I buy it on June 2nd.
June 2nd. And what's the problem with it?
I bought a new car, but get home and I have the appointment to come back for the protected coating.
Yes.
Apply. After that, my husband noticed some hail damage on the side and on the rooftop.
Well, hold on a sec. First of all, I want to talk about that protective coating. How much were they charging you for that?
The guy at the financing department ripped me off on that one.
Well, that's called mop and glow. They come and beat you up.
I didn't even know they still sold undercoating.
No, it's paint protectant. Then there's. Oh, wait, was this an undercoating or was this a paint protectant? Whatever. It does. Listen,
no one knows what it even is.
You can undo that. Did you already have that done? You can forget that. You don't have to take it.
Yeah, but because he said he offered me for free because I bought this.
Well, hold on.
Car.
Was it really free then?
He said because I bought this the second new car from them.
I would like to look at your paperwork, make sure it's free. But let's get to the point. You called about hail damage. There should not be hail damage on a new car. Period.
Yes. And then when I bought the car, the sales lady said, you need to sign it required by law.
You need to what?
Sign the paper.
Sign what? You signed something that said there was hail damage?
No, she said...
It says, hold on, acknowledgement of dealer's disclosure of hail damage. It says...
Tom, please, my English...
I understand, but
yes.
I'm not saying... You knew what you were doing, and I'm not saying you even realized it, but you did sign it, though, right?
Yes, I signed it.
By mistake, right?
A mistake, but they didn't give me the copy either. I
know. It says here.
How much hail damage are we talking?
I haven't have estimate. I just called for the estimate.
It says, I, the undersigned, acknowledge AutoNation Toyota Arapahoe has disclosed to me prior to the sale that the vehicle had hail damage, and did they give you a discount because of it?
No, they did. No, they did not disclose to me. That's why I said they know it.
Okay, this sucks.
Known, but they failed to disclose.
How much was the estimate you got?
Oh, the estimate not until August 15.
15 what?
No, I have the appointment. For the
she doesn't have
wait.
For the estimate.
Well, yeah. Before you go anywhere, I want you to go to our people. Where are you going to get it fixed?
I fixed the car. No, not yet. Not even estimate yet.
Okay, good. Listen. If it's really minor, I'm going to tell you something. It might be difficult. It might be difficult to get around this because you signed it. Now, hold on.
But
it may be
initial on the bottom three pack for the statement for the initial for the hair.
Right, you didn't
initial at all.
You didn't initial anything.
Nothing.
Because it says, hold on, because it says I further acknowledge it's been repaired, or I further acknowledge I am purchasing the vehicle without any repairs, or it says I further acknowledge that the repairs are scheduled. So it's either a we owe, or I'm not getting it repaired, or it has been repaired. Listen, who did you deal with at this? This is terrible. I believe you that you didn't realize it, but we may have to make the best of it. If the hail is not that bad, I mean, we might be able to get this thing fixed and you won't even know it, and it won't be that much money. I got to figure this out. I would be pissed, but you did sign it. It's as plain as day.
But it doesn't even say what they're going to... She didn't...
Mark, would you call him?
No one acknowledged anything here, though. Did she buy it as is?
She signed it,
Did
Mark.
she do... Yeah, but which? What did she sign for?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing there.
Hold on a second.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Why people... Do you hear how many people get screwed? I mean, seriously. What... Do you know why I'm frustrated? I mean, I guess it's getting to me. I get up, I'm 65, man. I've been doing this in Denver for 40 years, and I am literally sick to my stomach how people get ripped off. I am tired of it. You know what we need to do? We need to step it up. I'm serious. We need to let people know when we hear about stuff on this show. You got to let people know. And then you got to tell those people to let them know, and then tell everyone to let them know. It's my belief that if companies start getting consumer feedback, literally consumer feedback, like, you know what? You might technically got her, but it's wrong. Like these windows at Lowe's, come on. That sucks. Let's just ruminate on this and see what we can do. It just sucks. 303-713-TALK. I'm sorry I'm running late because I am so pissed. Again, with those windows, she should have gone to K&H Home Solutions. There's no way they would have beat her up like that, and they would have never given her anything she didn't want. K&H Home Solutions. They have a sale right now. If you buy windows, they will upgrade you to triple pane. Think about that. Triple pane glass. And then they also have 30% off the siding. 30% off Everlast siding and free triple pane upgrade with your glass. Now, that's a whole lot of pain, as I say. 303-421-7100. Or make your own appointment at khwindows.com. Deal with a company that I've known literally for every year I've been here in Denver, and they've been in business 22 years beyond that. K&H Home Solutions, khwindows.com.
What she signed there was that there was no hail damage.
No, she didn't. Hail damage.
No. It says no hail damage.
It says there's hail damage.
No hail on this vehicle.
No. She didn't. Well, you can't handwrite.
Okay, wait. She took it back 3 weeks later.
But wait a minute.
Are you saying that the hail happened afterwards?
I'm saying.
Okay, hold on.
Why would they
tell me something?
have this?
I have never heard of a dealer having you sign something saying there's no hail damage.
But that's what it says.
Yeah.
Put her on my side real quick, though.
So I was just checking to see you're calling. All right.
I'm sorry.
But
Hey,
her husband noticed it after they were going to take it back to get
no hail damage.
3 weeks
Hey,
later.
what are you trying to achieve, though? Do you
They
want them to
handwrote
pay to
that.
have it fixed, right? Is that your main problem?
Me hand wrote that.
Right. Who did? No.
You want them to make it right in
How do we know that? There's no initial on it. How do we know that?
I assume the original is that.
Well,
like I say, that's what I assume.
but we can't assume.
What do you mean pay you
But
the
why
difference?
would she write
Explain
that?
that
Why
to me.
would she write no hail on this vehicle? Why would she?
Yeah, but that's hard to say.
Why
But
would
if they
do
repair it, that's okay,
Why
right?
would you have? Thousands of cars are sold today, and not
Well,
one of
that's-
them
that's
has to
gonna be a
acknowledge
little
no
different.
hail.
All I'm saying
Okay,
is,
why wouldn't you want them to
zero
repair
cents.
it?
if that was original, correct, I agree with that. But
Well,
let's say
I
she
understand
brought it
that,
back.
but if they
I don't
don't
mean to
offer
yell at you,
that,
man. It's
what are you gonna?
it's
What do you
just-
want to do?
It's too fucking unbelievable to believe it. It's too fucking unbelievable.
All right, hold on.
Donna
All right, put him back on hold.
Parts still, Tom. Oh,
What?
Donna left out some very important parts.
Oh, of course, she fucking always does. What did she leave out?
They need him in this job to work weekends. That's their busiest time. He can't work weekends, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because he works as an outside skydive instructor. He can only work part-time.
But yet he agreed to work weekends, right?
He agreed to work full-time. He can only work 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Well, okay.
part-time.
So in other words, he fucked
Oh,
himself.
you know what? I am so done with it.
Yeah.
Okay. You need to copy me in it, but email whoever's going to have that EI number. I sent them the Pensco accounts numbers. Those are not the right things. There's actually an EIN number attached to the retirement account, which is news to me.
4.46 hours training.
Did you get a hold of iFly?
And it's actually...
We're done.
But here's my problem. I closed that account.
Yeah, we're
I
done.
closed that account, and the payment went to the new one. So the new one is the one I need, not the old one, because the old one did not accept payment. The new one did.
Okay, that would be fine in yours, because in my dad's, though, it went back into Pensco, then got moved.
Well,
No,
okay.
yours would have went back into Pensco. That's, you need the EIN from Pensco.
Mark, I think the wire.
Mm-mm. I did all those wires. It went to your Pensco. It had to. We had no choice. And then you moved it from Pensco to wherever the hell.
I'll try.
Well, let me know where you find it so I can find his. I had no idea when you opened an account like that it had that number, did you? I mean, I really had no idea. It's actually called an EI. Oh, EIN. Yeah, EIN. He just spells it out EI number. It's EIN. And I'm waiting. I know who I'm calling over at the other place. Well, not nationwide. Nationwide, it's on your side.
Sounds better than commercial.
I am. It's like I invented it. Nationwide is actually one of the best insurance companies out there. I like insurance companies.
Actually, they're not
Right,
terrible, but they're not.
Right behind Fred Loya.
Fred Loya is number one.
What, Mark? Nationwide's not terrible.
The General, number 2.
I like his mustache.
And then who would number 3 be? I mean, State Farm's got to be in the top 3, right, Dan? Allstate, State Farm.
State Farm, yeah.
They're right there.
Yeah. You listen.
We love them.
Can't live without them. Do you guys do a lot of insurance? Do a lot of insurance calls?
Oh my God, insurance is one of the biggest. People either don't understand what coverage they have, or I'll tell you a big one that happens all the time. They're upside down in their car, someone else hits them, their vehicle gets totaled. Okay, the vehicle's worth $5,000.
They can't pay.
They owe $7,000.
Yeah.
And they don't understand why the other person isn't liable for that extra $2,000. I mean, it's weekly.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, insurance is interesting because at the end of the day, I mean, so few people have to use your product that, you know, you can build this sense of how great your product is, but only a tiny percentage ever use it.
Ever know if it's going to.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
I'm Tom
Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. Cam Solar, looking for solar? You may be a great candidate. Go camsolar.com/troubleshooter. There's a form, fill it out, and you will get a feasibility study, really, on what your lot will produce with the roof line you have. It's really necessary, and believe it or not, there are some lots better than others, and then you decide if you want to do it with a true, honest solar company, Cam Solar, no out-of-pocket money, with tax credits and low-interest financing. You start saving day one with lower payments than your electric, and it's just a great idea. They get back to you within 20 minutes if you do this, and there's no obligation. It's a free assessment. Go camsolar.com/troubleshooter, a free solar assessment. Go camsolar.com/troubleshooter. Okay, we're here talking about something that is really, really bugging me. Mai bought a Toyota, and she signed an acknowledgement. Now, handwritten on that acknowledgement says no hail damage on this car. Now, Mai, on that thing you signed where it says no hail damage on this car, who wrote that?
I like I said, I do not recall I see any written on the statement.
But you wrote no. Did you write no hail damage on this car?
No, you can make me write.
I would doubt she did.
I guess what I'm asking is this.
Yes.
They gave you a sheet, and you signed it. And
she
the top of it.
By law, you need to sign it.
Okay, so. By law, okay. I don't want to get into that. It says acknowledgement of dealer's disclosure of hail damage to motor vehicle in connection with the purchase that Arapahoe, AutoNation Arapahoe says the motor vehicle described below. But then it says your VIN number, and it says no hail on this vehicle. So here's what I don't understand. Why would they give you a statement that says we understand that there is hail on this car, and then they wrote no hail damage on this car?
That is a contradiction on that one.
That's a contradiction. Yeah. Why would they even give you a sheet that says you have hail damage and then handwrite on it no hail damage?
It makes zero sense.
I don't understand. And then you signed it. So it just doesn't make sense to me. None of this makes sense. I think what we ought to do is just see how much damage you actually have. That's really what we ought to do first.
Well, I'm going to make a call over there and have someone dig into it. I'd like to see if there's another copy of that.
Not a copy. Look at the original.
That's what I'm saying.
And here's the deal. She's confused. How bad is the hail damage? I mean, are there just a few dings here and there?
A few dings on the rim and the side, the back side of the passenger, the back of the passenger side.
And it took you 3 weeks, though. You went back 3 weeks later.
Yes, because we noticed late. When I went back, he agreed to fix the car right away.
Are they going to fix it?
he said he fixed it and bring the car back. The next day I brought the car back and he just suddenly changed his mind and he said, yeah, I will not do anything for you. You get the hail damage somewhere else. You sign the form. And I signed the form. Why I don't have a copy? And he said, you already took the car off the lot. And he's trying to.
He started yelling at he started yelling at you.
Oh, he yelled. I was traumatized, Tom. I cried for weeks.
Oh,
look at the 2 in her date and the 2 in the VIN.
I'm still crying right now.
Okay, well, you don't have to cry about it. We really do want to help you, but
yes, please.
But it might be easier, and I mean this. Let's find out what it will take to fix the vehicle. That is
there's a wrinkle here. I talked to her, as you know, during the break. She said she does not want them fixing it, not an option.
Well, guess what? I can't help her then. Let's just say Nick and the boys over at Flexident. Let's say they can fix this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be like new. Why wouldn't you? And maybe we get the dealer to pay for it. I mean, maybe not. But I'm saying, if we can avoid this, it'll take you that to go to court. I mean, truly, I don't know what we can do. I'm not cowering under to these people, but I'm saying there's too much stacked up here. Let Mark call and get a sense for it. Here's what we have to do, Mark. Let's get a sense as to why would somebody handwrite on hail disclosure, no hail on this vehicle?
Well, that's where I want to. I'm telling you, I'll talk to you on break about it, but that 2 in the date and that 2 in the VIN have something very strange in common.
But it doesn't matter, Mark. I mean,
I'm saying maybe she wrote it.
Wrote what?
The no hail damage. But why in the world would a dealer write that on a hail disclosure, no hail damage? Give me any reasoning.
But that statement has nothing to do with a VIN and a date is what I'm saying. It just has nothing to do with it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I am saying that piece of paper makes absolutely no sense no matter how I compute.
I swear to God, you took the words right out of my mouth, and I should have that ready to go at any given time because it's getting to be, yeah, I know. Okay, so we will find out what's going on. Hold on. And it might be easier to get it fixed. And if you say, let's just say a few dings, honest to God, you'll never know they were there if Nick can do it. Flexident of Colorado, okay?
Unless if they're arguing now, like her last comment is, there wasn't any hail damage, which makes, once again, no sense.
Mark, would you
please... But the new hail damage just happened.
Would you please call him? That would be great if you do that for us. Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan. You hear me say this all the time. What does that mean? That means if you're looking for a loan, there's one thing you need to know. Not all loans should be the same. They should be tailored for you. Yes, they should be. You can pick any term you want. They'll do it. And the rate is actually tailored to your credit. Even though you're approved, you might be able to tweak your credit to make it even better by paying down a balance here or there. Ideal runs everything through a customization program to get you the best deal, the best rate, the best costs, all of it. And that's why you need to shop around and put Ideal on the list. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000.
Oh, speaking of angry, I am so done hearing from this fucking guy in your car. Take the Craigslist ad down. Apparently people are still calling him based upon a Craigslist ad that you have up. I have no idea what he means.
So you're the Craigslist. I sold the car.
The guy's a prick.
He asked me to put his name and number on the Craigslist ad.
Oh, I got to take a picture.
So that he could resell the car, which he did.
And that's that's a fact.
I will. This is the first time
That's
I've
the
heard
facts.
asking me to take it down.
Nothing but the facts.
And Donna says we still don't understand. The main deal is that he's banned from that place. Of course he's banned. He owes him $10,000.
That's really $10,000.
And he's refusing to work full time.
He can't. He has a full-time job instructing in real skydiving. He only has Mondays and Tuesdays off, and that's absolutely the days they don't need him. They said their days.
But this isn't that company's issue. He signed up for it, right?
He did.
But Donna is once again leaving something out that he has a full-time job.
Yeah.
And why did she hang up? Because you told her that? I didn't want to tell.
I had to finally hang up on her. She said, "You don't understand. You didn't read my letter." She said, "He's banned." I said, "I understand he's banned." She said, "That's not right." I said, "Donna,
The Clint, I like it.
if I have a business,
But
he'll
she
give
agreed he had
$10,000."
a full-time job.
She said, "No, he doesn't have a full-time job. He's off on Mondays and
But I tell you,
Tuesdays."
this is Suzanne's the one who originally told me.
And so she wants
Who made
them
all
to
the notes
put
on
him to work for 2 days.
I wrote
Yeah.
this.
They can't do it their same days. They're busy. In the iFly, they're busy on the same days, Thursday through Sunday.
I just can't believe this.
Anyway, so.
So you're.
And thanks for letting me know about that, Mark. I didn't even think about taking it.
My God, the guy just, I swear, if I remind me never to text any nuts on my cell ever again. This guy must text me every other day over something.
But why, if it's Clint's ad, why would they be calling
Ask
that guy?
Clint. Go ahead,
No,
no
because
explain.
Clint put his number on it when he asked him to.
He asked me to change the ad with his
really?
name.
And he doesn't, he can't log into his Craigslist account.
No, he can't. Of course, he
Well, why doesn't he take it down then? He's a nut.
he can take it down if you want it.
Yeah.
All you got to do is do that block. Oh, well, no, I'll take it.
It's not easy to take it down.
It is, this is your account.
Yeah, of course.
Well, you can also, there's a thing there where you can block them or do something. I can't remember what it is. Yeah, I'll take it down immediately.
He's sure getting a lot of calls on the car, though. Seriously, isn't that funny?
That is funny. So on
So
this
did
one,
I had 19 in one day.
of course, a lot of them, you're right.
I forgot to put a belt on today. It's the first time I've done that in so long. I bought a new compression belt. It is the best belt and the last belt I'll ever own.
Yeah, but Mark, no one can tell with a shirt on.
I can tell.
Oh, is it dropping?
Pants have fallen.
Hey, Steve, Mark Major, how are you, man?
They've asked about the crack in the back.
Hey, pretty good. I just sent you an email. You got a minute?
Oh, God. It's a crazy day already. Dr. Centeno, would you start here?
You got the
It's never like this.
You got the stutter. I got Dolores, who blew up my phone all weekend.
Dolores.
She's a lady that
You sure it's Dolores? Rhymes with
He or-
female body. You don't watch Seinfeld.
Yes, I do, and I know it rhymes with Dolores. Yes, I remember that.
Oh, I remember that too.
What do you call? What? Okay, Don. What was her? Did you originally thought her name was? She said when she told him it rhymes with the female body.
Regina?
Mulva.
Mulva, yeah.
That was the funny part. Because everyone was thinking of Victoria. Oh, wait.
Regina or
What's your name? Mulva.
No, but why were people thinking clitoris though? There was a reason.
No, her name was Dolores,
Dolores.
but he forgot her name, and she said, "Well, do you get issues with your name?" And she goes, "Yeah, of course. It rhymes with the female body part." And so he was trying to think what it was, and he
Dolores.
said Mulva. Her real name was Dolores.
No, and he said.
But he thought it was Mulva.
Do you remember the lady last week? She had a contractor in her house that had agreed to do the upstairs and the downstairs. She paid him half, and she said he'd done about 60%.
Right.
I got the two of them on a conference call last week and got him to agree by today to have half of it done because she's paid to that point and walk away. Because she keeps calling the police on. Remember the $2,500 worth of jewelry? Right now I got things that she called about. Some Spanish books missing. She keeps calling the police. His workers have all left him. They will not show up because they keep getting accused of stealing. And so, another nut.
Tom Martino here.
303-713-TALK. If you want to save money on floor covering, simplyfloorsinc.com. No matter what you hear in ads for floor coverings, Simply Floors Inc. will save you money. You got to try them out. And listen, there's nothing wrong with shopping around, right? So even though you think the big guys might be cheaper because they're big, we're going to prove you wrong with Buddy Mitchell and his team. Not only great service, personalized service, customized service, but actually saving money on product, because Simply Floors Inc. means simply savings and superior service. Now, the products are all the same. Everybody has access to these hardwoods and laminates and luxury vinyl tile and waterproof carpeting, but he does the installation impeccably with the best padding and the best workmanship and the best prices. 303-456-4660. But most of his business is done simplyfloorsinc.com. You make your own appointment, it'll come to the house. simplyfloorsinc.com or 52nd and Ward. Look, we got so much going on. I want to follow up at least one, okay? Bottom line. Here's what we have to, and Mark is on the phone now with AutoNation about Mai and her Toyota. Listen, this woman that calls about, what's her first name again? I want to forget it.
Donna.
Donna's a nice woman. She's calling for her son. Her first story was They won't let him work there for 2 years to pay off his training. They were charging him $9,999, basically 10 grand for his training as a skydiving instructor. She said they won't let him work it off like everyone else. And then we find out he passed the skydiving test and wasn't going to be there for 2 years originally. Now, we found that out. I mean, I'm not saying she hid that from us, but that was the reason. Then she said he changed his mind and said he will work for them, but they don't want him back. And they won't allow him to work it off. And she doesn't know why. She forgot to mention that he has another full-time job and is not available to work full-time. Right, Clint? Is that it?
That's it.
They said he's not available.
The iFly is an indoor thing. He's working full-time as an outdoor tandem instructor.
For conventional skydiving.
Skydiving, correct.
Okay, period. Done.
Yep, that's it.
And he can only work 2 days a week.
Her biggest concern is he's banned from iFly, but iFly can't have him in there because he hadn't paid for a certificate, so they can't have him in there teaching anyway.
And they won't let him work 2 days a week without paying for it.
Correct.
Because the deal was you had to work full-time for 2 years.
Yeah, their weekends are their most busy time.
But it doesn't matter. He had to work full-time with them.
Yes, correct.
And he's not available full-time. We are closing this case out. It is like, I swear to God, extracting teeth sometimes to get information. We love helping people when we have information. But it is truly like extracting teeth.
Well, her son was the one that gave us all the information correctly.
Good. Grant, he's a great guy. He's a veteran. He just can't work there.
Yeah, he's fine. He's good.
Dr. Chris Centeno, what is the #1 problem people come to you for stem cells? This is an emailer wanting to know the #1 problem. I don't know why they want to know.
Yeah, I'd say knees and backs are the two most common things.
What is wrong with a knee that somebody would come to you?
You know, they've got knee arthritis, and they've been told they need a knee replacement right now or are going to need one in the future, or they've got a meniscus tear. And
now, meniscus
arthritis.
tears themselves, they're not dangerous. I mean, they're just painful, right?
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. If you're young and you have a meniscus tear in your MRI, it's probably the cause of your issue. If you're older and you've got a meniscus tears on MRIs in older people are as common as wrinkles on the face.
Really?
Meaning they're not necessarily causing your pain.
Oh, can you fix them with stem cell?
We treat meniscus tear patients all day, every day.
It actually repairs them.
Sometimes it repairs them, sometimes it just takes away the pain.
And it stops it from going further or not?
It helps the knee and hopefully prevents that knee from degenerating as quickly as it was.
Okay, and we have more. If you have any questions, give us a call. We have a lot more to revisit at the end of in the next hour. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Please stick with us. We'll be right with you. Do you know what I love about art?
Wow, so meniscus tears, everybody gets it just from wear, huh? People don't understand that. I have two repaired, but I mean...
Yeah,
guess what her last name is?
You guys...
Her first name is Mai. Guess what her last name was?
Ty.
Cock.
Quack.
My quack.
My quack.
Hey, don't be making
Sorry.
fun of people.
No, it reminds me of
I'm sorry.
reminds me of the damn airline
I
pilots.
looked at Mark and told him his name. He lost it. And of course I lost it.
I thought the Howard Stern show was calling. I thought Stuttering John was going to be on. My name's Mike Hawk.
You made me snort. That's when I know him in a full laugh.
I'm talking to the main guy over there. And he goes, what's her last name? I can't read it in here. I said, Daphne, ask what her last name is. Cock. Wait a minute. You're telling me her name is My Cock.
Clint was doing one, her name was Dolores.
He's going to look into it and call me back. Here's why this is here. This does make a little sense. This actually talks about a specific date, May 28th. They have hail tents at all their dealerships. Some vehicles are under them, some aren't. Right. So they have no idea. They just basically told their employees to get this on every single one, and that's why they write in here no damage. They eyeball it. Well, they don't. He doesn't know if there was damage on it or not, but it's evident that the employee didn't think there was any damage on it, so he wrote this. What we might find out here soon is, I think they're going to do something for it, but I think what we might find out is there could have been hail damage afterwards. But it'd be interesting to see the hail damage, because if if you and I looked at it and we see hail damage, wouldn't that be strange that herself and the store employee didn't see hail damage at the time?
Here's what I want to know, though. It could be next to nothing to fix.
Right,
Yeah, exactly.
right, I'm sure it is. And her husband didn't see it until they were going to take it back for this clear coat, and then he said, hey, there's hail damage. 3 weeks later.
Yeah, I know, I told him that. How much, do we have any pictures of it?
Guys, I gotta
See if she'll email us a picture or two of the hail damage. I'd love to see it.
You can't
have
see
you
hail
noticed,
damage
guys,
pictures like that.
have you know, I'm just asking this because it's a bad trend, but you can't help it. I find myself like against most of the consumers that are calling me. I gotta sell.
No, I get into that zone
I
too.
mean, but it's bad.
Oh, this one's when that Julie's got a bad one, just like when she comes up. Empire, and it's Empire Flooring, you know, they're just a bad thing. But luckily, she had Plumline come out, and Plumline fixed the toilet and then wrote that up there. So this is all for that Julie on Empire.
A complaint about Empire.
Empire put flooring in and then reset the toilet.
I'll tell you this right now, my clock cannot email. She knows not how to email.
What are you talking about? She really can't email?
She need bring card. You see.
How far away is she? Actually, if she would drive up, if she's right around here, ever drive up, I would love to see this. We'll do a Facebook Live out there.
Because you want to see my clock?
God, I couldn't believe that. It was unbelievable. So, I don't know if you ever saw this, Doc. This actually happened. There was an airline crash. You know, real sad, but real deal. One of the newscasters was reporting, we finally have the names of the pilot and co-pilot of the plane that went down. It was a commercial vehicle. And it was a no, they had a rash of crashes, whoever it was. But it goes down, and the captain's name, so the guy's reading on the teleprompter, just like 9 News here, Something Wong, okay, Ho Wee Fook, Big Bang Ow. Those are the 3 names of the people in the cockpit. And as the guy's reading these, he has no idea what he's saying. Of course, they weren't the real names. Someone phoned them up for him, but it went out over the air.
Oh my God.
The pilot, oh yeah, come look at this real quick.
My clock does not have the car. Her husband does.
So these are the 4 that they read and put on there.
This is the actual newscast.
Mark, did you hear it?
Captain Something Wrong, We Too Low, Holy Fook, Bang Ding Ow. So this actual guy on the news comes out and reads it off the teleprompter, and as he's saying it, it sounds just like this.
Yeah,
you know, Captain Something Wrong.
They did say Holy Fook, though.
Mark. So her husband has the car.
We're trying everything.
I know.
So where do they live, though? Can he drive over
Parker
here?
and Quebec. She said I could go get an Orchard. I'm sorry.
We're
I
here
could
till
go
1.
get it.
If she wants, I'll get the car over here by 1.
Yeah, for lunch. Yeah, bring her over for lunch.
I don't eat lunch till 4. Tell her to come at 4.
No, if she comes, picture will never be able to see.
I want to see what we're talking about. Because if they wrote this on the time, I understand now why this exists. If they wrote it on there and it's very hard to see hail damage, I think they need to make this right. Now, if there's big ones, who could have missed that?
Now here's the thing. It's just like, say, 3 weeks. What would you do if you were a car and all of a sudden it comes back 3 weeks later? That's what I'm saying.
Say it again?
He didn't bring it back for, it was more than 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Later when they brought the car back,
Yeah.
said, hey, look, there's hail damage.
Yeah.
And her husband had been driving it,
Yeah.
and he was one
But because of the confusion, they should kind of.
Yeah, depending on what he finds out, I think AutoNation should probably handle this. Unless, if I look at that car, man, and there's no doubt there's hail damage, and I got a whole new set of questions. Because how did the salesperson and her,
And
how
her
did she
husband.
buy it and the husband not see
for
it?
3 weeks. Yes, I agree.
But it sounds like It sounds like there's a little hail damage and it needs to be fixed. You know, Nick over at Flexinet, some of his biggest gigs is that he goes out to these dealerships and they'll line up 50 cars and they'll knock them out.
A little bit of glue. I was supposed to
Suction cup.
Doesn't take much.
Went camping in Golden with Mike overnight Saturday. Nice little park, cramped, but nice units in there. I saw a bus time you would have fucking shit, man. It had to be the largest bus I've seen, and I remember yours fairly well.
Well, 45 feet is about as big as you can.
No. It was the double slides on both sides.
Wow.
This thing like opened up into
like a house.
Oh my God, it was massive.
This is probably a couple mil.
Very tall. New, I'm sure.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This hour brought to you by Cracker Jack Mudjacking. What the heck is that? This is a consumer show, so we like educating people. We also have Dr. Chris Centeno with us from Centeno Schultz Clinic for stem cells. We're going to follow up some things and then get right to it because we have a lot going on. As I said before, this is an adventure in consumer affairs and consumer advocacy and fighting with people, for people. And really, sometimes those people call us for help, and they're wrong. Many times, of course, they're right. We try to help no matter what, and those listening can often get help by just listening. And, it's just one of these things where getting the information is half the battle. You got to get that information. You have to truly figure out what's going on, and then solve the problem. So that's what we do. If you have a problem, call us. 303-713-TALK. Cracker Jack Mudjack. Let me get back to that. If you have any concrete in your home, anywhere, okay, basement floors, patios, garage floors, aprons, driveways, it might crack, it might heave, it might sink. It's all due to voids underneath it. That's what happens. Concrete would stay exactly the same if the understructure, if the substrate, as they call it, stayed the same, but it doesn't. It moves. So therefore, you sometimes have to shore it up. And crackerjack mud jacking, they call it mud. It's a slurry of some sand and dirt and concrete mixed together to mimic bedrock soil, really solid soil that stays in place forever. So basically, they can lift the concrete slab no matter where it is. They can fill the voids, they can repair the cracks, they can help you even in small basement areas because they can pump it in. They've been doing it for 20 years. CrackerjackMudjacking.com. It is a company that you can trust, that is a Colorado original. CrackerjackMudjacking.com. I love these guys because they have 20,000 jobs completed in their 20 years. And they're the experts, okay? 303-410-7787. You don't get better than this. It's environmentally friendly, unlike those plastic fillers, and they're more accurate than plastic fillers. CrackerjackMudjacking.com. That's 303-410-7787. Okay, so we are going to solve a problem. We got a call from a woman who said she bought a car that was hail damaged. She didn't realize it. What's really weird is the form she filled out says you're acknowledging hail damage, and then in big letters it says no hail damage on this car.
I figured that out, though.
Why?
So on this particular day, if we also read through this, it says May 28th, 2018. Well, this particular dealership has what's called hail tents. Some of the vehicles were under hail tents when this hit. Some weren't. They were everywhere.
All right.
So corporate basically said, make sure we get one of these on everybody. Here's the other good news, though.
So hold on. So
go ahead.
Basically, whenever you bought the car there, you got that notice.
If that vehicle was there on May 28th on that lot.
Even if there was no
hail. That's why it says no hail damage and none of the boxes are checked. She's on her way over, though, because here's the question I have. If you or I look at this car in about an hour, are we going to be able to tell there was hail damage? Because if there's massive hail damage on it now, how could you argue that her and her husband shouldn't have seen it at the time?
Or the salesperson.
Or the salesperson. But if it's really little minute hail, they need to do something.
And they said they would help her out, but she's...
Well, I'm in touch with the right people. They're looking into it. This one, hopefully, we have closed by 1 o'clock today with her heading down.
Okay, 303-713-TALK. Are you working on anything, Clint? Not right now? Okay, let's keep going then. And we have Dr. Chris Centeno with us as well. And if you have any questions on stem cell therapy, give us a call. One of the things I want to tell you is about alternative therapy because, believe it or not, most people don't necessarily need stem cells, and we'll talk about that. Pamela, what's happening with you? Hello, Pamela. Pamela?
Hello?
Hi, what's happening?
I am very surprised at a bill I got to have jewelry appraised. It's turquoise and
Wait
silver.
a minute. So they
Native
billed,
American
they billed you to appraise it.
Well, after 3 phone calls with this fellow, the appraiser, he said he could go through many items quickly. He said, I just did 72.
Give me the circumstances. You called to have an appraisal done?
Yes. And
Why?
after 3 calls, I decided to go forward with the appraisal.
Why did you call to have an appraisal done?
Well, I inherited it. It's old Native American Indian jewelry, and I have no descendants. So I decided, well, I'd keep my favorite pieces and perhaps sell some others.
Okay, so you wanted to know about appraisals. How did you find this person?
I think somebody told me, you know, there's not a lot of
Gotcha.
jewelry appraisers that do Indian
All right,
jewelry.
so you talked to him 3 times.
Yeah, on the phone over like a year.
Okay, and then you
half.
called and said, we would like to have it, I would like to have it appraised.
Correct.
And then what?
A friend and I took it in June 28th, and the 3 of us inventoried it, documented it. It was laying there.
Then what?
He informs me he charges $250 an hour, and I said, wow. I said, well, go fast. And as I said earlier, he said he could go through so many items so quickly, 90. 50,
How many items?
57, 12 of which were in sets. So after you do the first part of the set, the others should fall into place.
Well, yeah, but there were how many items?
57 items.
And how many sets?
Like 5 or 6.
How much was the value? I'm curious. What did it come back at?
The bill came back.
No, not the bill. How much did your...
Yet. I go in...
How much was your jewelry worth?
Has not given me that information yet.
All right, okay, gotcha. Okay, keep going then with your story. Keep going.
Let me explain.
Sure.
Thank you. I got nervous him having it so long, and I kept calling him every week or so, and he says, well, I'm in the queue. So anyway, 33 days later, he says, I'm going to be done with it today. So I went in August 2nd with a friend, the same friend, and again, the 3 of us inventory it and pack it up to go. It's all there. Then he gives me the bill. The bill was $2,125. The documentation, he said, is not yet done. His assistant will do that, which I always knew the assistant was going to do that clerical part, but that she charges another $50 an hour and that she works fast. Well, I mean, 57 items, 7 minutes apiece, basically. I mean, 7 to 8 minutes apiece is what you were charged. I don't know how you go faster than that. I don't either, and he is...
Well, what I'm saying is I don't think that's an unreasonable bill. I hate to disagree with you, but I mean, if you have 57 pizzas, and he told you up front $250 an hour, so if you take the 21.25, right, and divide it by 250, we come up with 8.5 hours. And then divide that by, and I did it before the 125, but then divide that by 57, and you come up with an average, and it's, somewhere around 7 to 8 minutes each. So I don't understand. Are you saying he took too long and charged you too much?
Well, it was. I'll forget about the 30-some days. I still don't have the documentation.
Well, you should. I certainly wouldn't pay him until I got everything. But I guess what I'm asking is, are you complaining about the appraisal price, the bill?
I guess I am. He said he could go through things so quickly. I figured a couple hours. He'll look at these items and he'll be done. And I had no clue it was going to be.
Well, I don't know. I don't know to what degree or detail he did. But if you took 57 pieces and you said they are in sets, and if you look at one, you got them all.
Well, 12 of them are. Yes, 12 of them are in sets. And by that I mean when you pick up the set of, say, a necklace, earrings, bracelet, and ring, and you pick up the first thing, say the necklace, and say, okay, this is
Yeah,
this.
you don't have to do both earrings. I mean, you do earrings, right? And that's one item. So if you break it down that way, I mean, how many sets? Are you saying 57? You're not counting individual earrings, are you?
No. I'm just the bottom line is I felt it sounded
too much. Yeah.
Then
Did you ask any other jewelry stores or appraisers if it's too much? Because I can't speak from knowledge or experience when it comes to this specific item. So
I didn't.
Okay. Well, let's find out for you. Let's also find out now. I mean, I think that's chicken poop that he's saying, oh, and now you got to spend another such and such to get it documented. I mean, it does sound a little bit crazy. So your total bill is going to end up being what? $2,125 plus the person to type it all up?
Yes, however many hours she puts into it, 2 or 3.
What do you think it's going? I mean, it depends. Like if this is like a big estate, this might be a fraction of the cost. I don't know. I mean, do you have any idea what it might be as far? And you say it was Native American. Are we talking true handmade Native American stuff?
Yeah, good stuff.
Well, this is stuff that maybe isn't appraised easily. Maybe we're just assuming, a couple hours you glance over it. But if something is a one of a kind, handmade by a Native American, maybe it deserves the time he gave it. So who do we start with? Let's start with some of the people we know in the business. Okay, let's call jewelry places, and let's call, even though Mark does coins. He knows a lot about appraising jewelry.
Oh, he knows a lot.
So let's talk to Mark Machowski and describe this, Indian stuff. And if anyone's listening, give us a call. Pamela, I guess if we find out, let's just say, for argument's sake, he overcharged you. What do you do? I mean, really, you didn't have an agreement beforehand. What do you do?
Yeah, at the time I got a little flustered. I did tell him I thought it was a bit expensive. I left him a $1,500 check Thursday, which of course he's already cashed. And then we were
He has your jewelry though, right?
I got my jewelry back.
Okay, good. Really? Now, will you get the appraisal though? That's the thing, not without the other $500 he's saying, right?
Right, I still owe him the balance on the $2,125, which I'm supposed to pay, plus the assistance when the documentation is ready for me, the paperwork part.
Is this guy? He is in Denver. What's the name of the place?
Native American Trading Post.
Okay. All right, hold on. Let's start with Mark, just as an expert in this area. 303. Mark, you say he knows it, right?
Oh, God, yes.
Appraising jewelry.
Yes, he's got a good, I don't know about the Indian culture part of it, but yes.
The Native American part might be a little tricky, and of course that will add some flavor to it, but we'll get a general idea. Empire Flooring. We have a problem with Empire Flooring we're going to talk about, and then replacement of a roof, and some email for Dr. Chris Centeno. I wish people would call rather than email. I wonder if they're having trouble getting through. You can also call 303-MARTINO as well. You don't have to call 303-713-TALK. You can call either number. And the other number is 303-MARTINO. That's 303-627-8466. And speaking of Mark Machowski, he is the owner of Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair, okay? But he does coins and jewelry. Now, coins is his big thing, appraising and dealing with coins. What I want to tell you about is his transmission special for service. This is where they drop the pan, they change the filter, they go through the entire fluid, change the fluid. This is a service. This is not just topping off fluids. And they can get pretty pricey. He has a special for $119 at Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair. That is a great price and a company you can trust. They've been on my referral list for years. Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair. And of course, if you ever need transmission work, you can trust Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair. Mark Machowski and his team, 303-781-9858. That's $119 for a complete transmission service. That's 303-781-9858. And remember, no matter what problem you have, he gives you 1 hour of free diagnostics always for any car repair. 303-781-9858.
I turned it on.
No, he can give an idea though.
He might be able to tell you.
Do you have a cell number?
I called his cell, he's not answering. He's out of the office today, but Scott answered, and Scott goes, I don't feel comfortable talking about it. He goes,
Well,
that's...
Scott's not into jewelry.
Right, that's what he said. He said he's not. He goes, I do coins, but he said,
Wait, Scott
this
does coins?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't know that.
he said, this does not sound right. He said,
Okay, we need to ask.
The jewelry part, or the Indian part's the hard part.
Yeah, that might.
Let's see,
You
how old
know who I like?
Pretty good drive.
Hans.
Oh wait, we have one in Colorado Springs. See, I don't think they just do coins and stuff. They're on the referral list. I forget the name.
This is very
yeah.
Here, I'll tell you who they are.
They might have to date some of this stuff.
Call these guys up. Search.
Judy inherited some of it. They have to figure out which.
Let me do coins.
Yeah, coins will come up.
That makes it figure out.
Hollenbeck.
Just the date.
Just search coins.
1930 versus,
And it's called Old Indian Pawn.
1500.
There's a lot of the Indian pawn. It's called Old Indian Pawn. That type of jewelry.
That's where the Pawnee tribe came from.
Anyways, my wife inherited a bunch of it too. But she got it appraised for free somewhere.
Did you ever read War and Peace?
God no.
You know what the original title was? War. Do you know? What was it good for?
That's a good day. Nothing.
All right.
Mark.
Yes, sir.
July 30th, Jerry blew up Judy's phone. She took the ad down on July 30th. She just double checked. Yes, it's been down since July 30th.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Well, I don't even care. I don't even acknowledge he exists anymore, but he keeps texting me.
Oh, he keeps.
How do you get your number?
303-761-6400. Okie dokie.
Because I give it out your number, but not very often.
He's emailing us.
Severe not good.
I blocked it on my phone. I had to. He was calling me like every 5 minutes.
Oh, I got 2 of them that he called the thing. It's just like, he gets the same story.
You know,
What do you think about football season this year? You think their ratings will be down again?
I think so. Especially with the new rules.
I might not even buy the stupid package for the first time.
You see what the new tackle rules is.
No, what is it?
They
Can't tackle?
No.
They're converting to flag football?
What is the new rule? They can't lead with their head. If they lead, that's like sliding.
I thought they did that before, though.
I was targeting college football.
No, that's tackle. No, I meant the runners can't do. They go like say they jump over the goal line, and I'm not sure if they're actually going to do it.
They can't
lead with their head.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Right.
Well, then how do you tackle?
They can't tackle with their head either. They can't. The runner can't go like that.
Who?
They can't. Football.
Really? It's going to be flag football soon.
Well, what does that mean? Like spiking with the head?
Oh, that's always been. That's targeting. Yeah, right.
You give a real idea of the change.
Okay, so
the runner can't lead with his
say
head.
the guy puts his head down and dives forward. Puts his head and dives forward. He stops.
He's going for a first down.
Right. So that's just like you would like a quarterback in sled.
Yeah.
So you stop at where he started.
Oh my God! How are they going to police that?
What do you mean? Like,
You know how a quarterback, if they start sliding, you can't touch him because he's basically giving it, okay? And they don't want the quarterback hurt. If he does that forward now, a runner with the ball,
and he does this.
you can't tackle him.
No more denial.
Right?
But then wait a minute. Then he doesn't get all that yardage.
No. Then where he goes down when he starts doing that.
So if I'm running with the ball and I do this, you stop. I'm done. And if anybody tackles me at that point, they're in
I
trouble.
assume you got to leave your feet, like do that big jump, and then it's going to be terrible.
Yeah, but then you don't get the extra yardage.
Right.
So why would anyone jump and leave?
Right. Exactly, but because you automatically do it.
So can you
Because they don't want to get hit.
Can they jump and leap over the goalpost? Over the goal line?
No, like I don't think it's really set how it's going. There's going to be such big.
How are they going to
police
prevent? What do they want to prevent?
Tackling.
Concussions.
Concussions. What? Hitting? You can't tackle the head. Or,
well, that's they're trying to do is concussions. This is all the concussion stuff.
They have so many.
I don't understand it though. I mean,
they are terrified of
defensive guys who never do this.
Well, they can't spear. You know, that was called spearing, you know, when they lead with the helmet like that.
John Fuller is a personal injury attorney. Gosh, I hope you never need him, but if you do, if you're injured, you're wondering, what should I do? Who should I call? What is it all about? Give me information. John Fuller's the guy to call. You'll be astounded at his knowledge in all areas of personal injury, especially motor vehicle. But when you don't have anywhere else to turn, please pass that around. John Fuller, Fuller Law. You can find him at referralist.com, Fuller Law, personalinjuryco.com, 303-597-4500. That's 303-597-4500. That's John Fuller. So, let's talk. Dr. Chris Centeno is here, and we have been, it's hard when we have a lot of consumer calls to get people in. A lot of people drop email notes. And they want to know, you mentioned something about ACL tears. How long does it take? You said about 80 or 90% of them are fixed.
Yeah, about 70%.
Oh, 70.
70% of all ACL tears are candidates for this procedure.
Okay, candidates.
30% are not.
But when you do when they are a candidate, the success rate is
high. Usually,
like near 100?
Yeah.
Because you don't take the ones you don't think you can help.
Correct. So I would say about 90% we can heal of the ones we think we can heal.
Okay, about 90%. And how long does that healing process take?
A couple months.
And then are you as good as new?
Yeah, we'll test the knee again to make sure that it's stable. And the re-tear rate seems to be the same or lower than if you got surgery, meaning that there's always a re-tear rate with every procedure.
Right. But you don't cut into them at all, and you can heal that.
Yeah, it's a precise injection under X-ray guidance. It's a high skill level procedure.
But that's amazing. I mean, think about that. That was a surgery, man. That was a pretty good surgery.
Yeah, surgery where they ripped it out, and drilled some holes, and put a tendon in there, and called it good.
Yeah, and then you're never the same.
You're never quite the same. Yeah.
But you are with stem cell.
If you keep your own ACL, we believe that it's far better for your knee.
Oh, of course. I mean, it's just logically. 303-713-TALK. That's Centeno Schultz. Call with any, or email us, or Facebook. Mark, let us know if there's any Facebook. Pamela, we're working on this appraisal. You know, we really just don't know because of that wild card, the American Indian aspect. Now, one of the appraisers we went to said, yeah, you know, it sounds a little high, but that Native American aspect and the one-ups, that's the hard part, the one-ups. When something is a single piece, it's very difficult. So we're still hunting, though. And again, I want to bring this up. Even if it's overcharged, you kind of did this kind of what they say backwards, you know, because now he's got your stuff, and you got the stuff now, but he's got the appraisal, and you're not going to get it unless you pay his price. I mean, I don't know, I don't know what else you can do.
Well, I'm a Monday morning quarterback. Now, if there were a whole bunch of questions I should have asked, like how long do you think it's going to take?
And even if you said I work fast, I mean, it's all relative. What were you? Let me know what price would have been tolerable.
Well, I was thinking it was going to be maybe $500 to $750 for the appraisal to include the documentation.
You know what? If I had 57 pieces, and just of anything, I'm thinking jewelry and stuff, I think I would do that too. I think I would think, oh, maybe at the tops $800 maybe. But here's the deal. I don't know.
So if you had some old Aztec stuff,
yeah,
I mean, literally,
though, Mark.
That's Indian zone. What's the difference?
Right, you're right.
No, it's not. It's 1960s.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, it's.
Wait a minute. This is 1960s jewelry.
She's not talking about ancient artifacts.
No, no, 1960s, early 1970s vintage.
Yeah.
Unmarked stuff because.
But it's still marked. It's still Native American, and it's still handmade, and it's still single items. There's still some.
They could have been sold at the smoke shop at the Arizona border, for that matter.
Pamela, is it a little better than that souvenir quality? Is it a little better than that souvenir quality?
Yes, it's very, very, very nice stuff.
Okay.
My folks bought it in the 60s and the early 70s.
Okay. See, it's hard to say. So,
that's different, man.
Get Pamela's number. We are still searching, and we'll call her back. And Daff, how have you been doing on the names we gave you off the air?
So the Hollenbeck is not available, and so I got a hold of someone, and they suggested that we get a hold of a couple of names in Manitou Jacks in Colorado Springs, so I'm going to give them a call.
Okay. That's smart.
You know them?
I don't know them, but I know that Manitou Springs area, they sell a lot of those knickknacks, too. And I don't want to... Now that I know they're from 1960, I just...
Yeah,
what do you say?
But it's not, Mark, it's not what you're thinking, though, just because it's from the 60s. I don't think it's like stuff you buy in one of those shops. I don't think. I think it's more of a higher-end jewelry, is from what she's saying. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So let's figure it out. Julie, what's going on with Empire?
I had flooring put in on May 5th in the bathrooms, and it was vinyl plank flooring.
Vinyl? Is it luxury vinyl tile?
Yes.
Oh, I love that stuff.
Yeah, I thought it was great for the bathrooms. And on June 12th, we found a leak down through the ceiling in the basement. And so the next morning I called Plumline.
Yeah.
Which is one of your companies. And
they're good people. Good people.
They're really good.
They did a great job for you. Okay. We see the receipt here.
He found the cause of the leak was the toilet right above. When it was replaced, the installer had set the toilet on the wax ring and made a groove in the wax ring and left some debris there. And every time the toilet was flushed, that dirty was running through the groove.
All right, so basically they didn't, when they took the toilet off and put it back on, they didn't do it right. Is that what we're saying? Bottom line, they did not do it right.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it says.
So it started leaking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So did they fix it?
Well, Plumline fixed it, but is Empire stepping up? What is Empire saying about it? Did they have a licensed plumber do it to begin with?
No, it was the installer, the one.
Yeah, it's not required. It's not required to have a licensed plumber. But they did not put it back properly. I think they should be responsible. I mean, it seems pretty clear to me. Did you sign any disclaimers? Do you remember?
No, they sent one out, and I did not sign it.
They sent out a disclaimer?
Well, it was, what did they call it?
I don't understand. They sent it out after the fact?
Well, as soon as I sent an estimate in, my next step... No,
I'm confused. Julie, I'm confused. When you had your floor done, you did not sign anything saying that they're not responsible for this, this, and this, right?
I don't think so. I don't remember signing anything like that.
And then you said
then
you said they sent something out after. What did you mean?
Okay, this is after I sent the first estimate for repairs.
Okay.
And they sent I don't know if it was a disclaimer, what they called it.
A settlement?
But,
did they offer to fix it?
They offered to pay for fixing it.
But you had to sign a settlement.
Right. And not contact you or anybody else about it.
Well, okay, but what would be wrong with that if they wanted to fix it?
Because it was K Services was the restoration company, and it had been recommended by the plumber.
In other words, hold on. I guess I'm confused. You called them before you called Plumline. Just yes or no. You called Empire, and they offered to fix it.
No, I called Plumline first.
Okay, gotcha.
And then I called Empire.
After it was fixed?
No, to let them know that
I think Dan's talked to her at length, off air.
So you let them know you got an estimate from Plumline, and what did they say?
Well, Plumline...
No, what Did Empire, after you told them Plumline looked at it, did Empire offer anything?
No, they didn't return my call.
Okay, so Empire never agreed or offered anything at any time. At any time?
No.
Okay, so you said they offered to pay something before. What were you talking about?
Okay, the next step after Plumline is the restoration service. Because
who called them?
Yes.
Who called them?
I did.
Okay, did Empire offer to pay that?
That's their first estimate was.
All right, hold on one sec. Just hold on. Dan, can you talk to her off the air? I honest to God, need to know what I am trying to be patient on what was offered or not. Is Empire just washing their hands of it or not? Don't answer right now. You can answer when we come back. And we do have a question for Dr. Centeno about knees coming up. Bright Light Chiropractic. Yes, many people love chiropractic, and Bright Light Chiropractic is a chiropractor that actually does chiropractic, not fake cell therapy. He actually loves chiropractic, and he administers it well, and the treatments are wonderful. And if you're looking for a chiropractor who does chiropractic, you have one. Bright Light. BrightenYourFamily.com. BrightenYourFamily.com. And University and County Line. I love this guy, Dr. Mike Hederscheit. I've been to him. He has light-directed, targeted adjustments for misalignments, and you know what? You will feel great because he is so devoted to what he does. And a full evaluation with x-rays. Listen to this. He's doing a very special right now with x-rays. Now this is a limited time only. And a consultation and a thermal scan is just $21. That you can't even pay for any part of that for $21. And then adjustments start at $30. 30 to 50 depending on your package. That's University and County Line 720-583-4506, BrightenYourFamily.com.
Are they going to offer anything or not?
They won't return her calls now when she's seen the bills.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of damage.
But they asked for
the bills when she sent some of them to there.
Then they stopped. Okay. Right. But what was this settlement they sent?
How much damage was there?
Oh well, there's quite a bit because it's leaking down into the drywall.
Well, I've never the restoration company.
$6,000. New detailed estimate forward to Tasha.
Where is it? Where's the estimate?
She didn't send the estimate, but that's in her paperwork.
Well, she didn't send it?
No. But it says in there it was $6,000. There's going to be more than $6,000, I'll guarantee it. $2 whack.
Okay, well, these assholes didn't do it right. Why are they expecting? I say she does a small claims court. Does she know how to do that? No.
She's 80 years old.
Okay, who's going to call Empire and kick their ass? I mean, and who did you call just now, Clint?
Isn't he the cartoon guy?
I called to make sure that ad was down he was talking about.
They're a terrible place.
It was.
So I hung up with Pamela, and a master gemologist appraiser called in. Okay, so he's on line 4. I got Pamela back on.
I guarantee this Indian jewelry is the shit you buy at the smoke shops.
Yeah, that's why he called in.
The Indian squash blossom necklaces that they sold.
If it was built in the 60s or 70s, it's
but in the 60s.
They bought it on a reservation.
No,
who says it's all
some of them you go.
Well, we don't care what it is. What was the appraisal?
It's worth what it's worth. In other words, how much is that amethyst worth? There's not going to be anything tied to it.
I don't think she's calling to find out what it's worth. She's calling to find out if she got screwed in the appraisal.
I bet the appraisal's like less than what she paid him. Wouldn't that be fucked up?
You mean the appraised value is
not the silver in and of itself, the weight of it, that's going to be a value. And the thing is, it's only going to be worth something. It's only going to be worth something if you find somebody who wants to buy that stuff. And so,
I saw the same thing at the Indian Casino in Arizona.
Of course you did.
You know what's sad about that? They carved in that law so some of the tribes and stuff could make money from those casinos. They're all run by the fucking same people. They're all run by the, Winds and all these places.
But they don't give money to the tribe?
No, they get money from the tribe, but it's only a certain amount locked in. Corporate America makes all the money off it.
Some of them are required to hire some.
So they basically went in and screwed them again.
Again, if you really look at it, yes. And then in Oklahoma, what they did when I was younger, they allowed them to sell tax-free cigarettes.
But think about this, Mark, though. If the company went in and did, took it all, built, and takes all responsibility.
They hire them as a management company. That's basically what they do. The tribe or the reservation basically hires a big casino like MGM as a management company, and they come in and they run everything. And then, of course, they get paid an extravagant fee for running everything. So a lot of the money.
Or they lease it.
And then the top echelon of that particular tribe ends up with a lot of the money. As it flows down through, it doesn't really do much for the guys. The people, the Joe Blow living on the reservation.
They generally write into it a certain percentage of the reservation people have to work there.
And it's weird. I was in a couple of them. I used to take my grandmother. She loved playing that before she died. But
so that other thing I sent to you.
They don't even have, some of them in Arizona don't even have liquor. What do you need?
Well, where's my other? So this details basically what they.
Deal is because there's so much alcoholism
at the bottom here, saying that they told her to wait for the insurance adjuster, and they haven't got back with her, and it's been a month. Her bathroom's all tore up.
Okay, we're gonna help this lady.
And buyers,
you gotta think hard percentage on payoff program. I bet that's terrible. Do you think they're responsible?
Absolutely.
They're definitely responsible.
Absolutely.
And they're giving her. Now the problem is the other company tried okey doke.
I think what she should do, the easiest way, is to go with her insurance company and let them do the mitigation.
Well, why wouldn't she?
Because she's 80 years old. Because they said they're going to take care of it. And now they told her to stop everything, so she's living with this all tore up bathroom waiting on them, and they basically are stonewalling.
That sucks. We ought to go over there with video. And then, where's the Empire she dealt with?
I think there's only one Empire.
Empire's bad. We've had big issues with that.
Buy and build, 4800
Washington Street. Do you know if you wanted to do your own flooring, you can go to Buy and Build and get laminate floors, you can get engineered floors, you can get vinyl, you can get anything you want there. You can also do counters yourself. It's great for do-it-yourself. Or you can even send your contractors. I know Mark and I had a guy doing some work, and we sent him to Buy and Build to buy the stuff. I had a bathroom done, and all the stuff, the materials, under $2,500. I mean, I'm talking great stuff, and that's because Buy and Build is below wholesale. Courtney Pierce has started this thing, and it's gangbusters. 4800 Washington Street for years and years on my referral list at referrallist.com. Go see him at buyandbuild.net or 4800 Washington Street. Now, Julie, you should have told me, Tom, shut up and read my email, because, boy, do you write a beautiful email. You have explained it eloquently. I understand completely. These guys installed a floor in your place, did not set the toilet correctly, and they were talking to you at first, and you sent them some estimates for the restoration, not the repair, the restoration, because the repairs were only a small part of it to set the toilet. The big part of it is the damage, right? Right. And when they saw those prices, all of a sudden they stopped talking to you. They gave you some excuses, didn't they?
Yes.
And one of them was, what, waiting for their insurance adjuster?
Yes.
Have you
they
heard?
Did that twice. And the third time, she said, well, she didn't know who the insurance company was, and she'd refer it on up. And
when was the last time you heard from Empire Flooring? You see, Empire loves singing their praises, literally. But what I want to know is, what do they do when the chips are down? That's what I want to know. It's easy to have a little jingle in a song, but what happens when the chips are down? When's the last time you heard from these guys?
July 20th.
July 20th. Okay, and that's only because you bug them, right?
Right.
Let's call these guys.
You know what? Julie, how old are you? Do you mind if I ask?
80.
We're going to help you.
I had my 80th birthday.
Congratulations. Happy birthday. We're going to fight for you because you shouldn't have to put up with this. You should not have to put up with this. They're the ones that did it to your toilet. You got the toilet fixed, and now you have the restoration work. We do want to make sure the restoration company is legit and not putting, I don't want people taking advantage of this, okay? Now, there are a couple different ways you can go. One is you can get it fixed through your homeowner's insurance, and then they will go after that company, and then we will go after your deductible. I don't know if you like that, but it would get it fixed quicker maybe. Another way is to go after Empire. We'll help you do both, but you should put in a claim with your insurance company.
Okay.
We're going to walk you through that. Deputy Dan is going to talk to you off the air, okay?
Okay, good.
All right. Now are you alone? Do you have kids? Do you have a husband? What's going on?
Well, I have a husband who has Parkinson's and dementia, and I'm a caregiver for him.
Okay, so
God bless you.
So we'll take care of you, okay, Julie? You can rest assured we will not put you in the back burner and not call you back, okay? We're going to get on Empire's ass all over the place because this is wrong, okay? I can't stand a company that wants to collect the money and do the job, but when the chips are down, when something goes wrong, they run and hide. I don't like it.
All right. That's what they're doing.
You hold on, Julie. Okay, hold on.
Okay.
All right. Cleo, what's your question for Dr. Centeno, sir?
Actually, I have got three.
Or ma'am.
Yes, I can state them quickly.
Okay.
Number one, if your knee problem is that your cartilage is so worn down that it's almost bone on bone, can an injection restore or regrow cartilage?
Now, Cleo, I'll bet, have you ever gone to any of this seminars?
No.
Okay, because a lot of these chiropractors are going to tell you that it'll grow cartilage like magic and put your knee back to the way it was. Let's hear the truth about bone on bone. Now remember, they can do miracle stuff if you get it in time, but bone on bone, let's talk about that.
Yeah, so you're not going to regrow new cartilage in a bone on bone knee. What the chiropractors do is they take a little x-ray, they alter the angle of the x-ray slightly, it makes it look like there's more joint space there, but that doesn't happen.
What can you give them for bone on bone? What hope?
There's a tiny sliver of cartilage.
What hope can you give them?
Yeah, even with a tiny sliver of cartilage, you're not going to see large stretches of cartilage regrow.
Can you take pain away?
Yeah, so it's a pain and function therapy. So if it's a real stem cell therapy, not the dead amniotic
Let's talk about the real stem cell
that a chiropractor would use. You can give someone much better quality of life for 2 to 7 years with a single injection if they happen to be a good candidate for the therapy.
It'll still help them even if it won't grow cartilage.
Correct.
Did you hear that, Cleo?
I did.
Okay, what else?
And so just realize that, everyone has got this thought that I need to have new cartilage in my knee, and that would be nice. But again, doesn't happen with this kind of knee. Now, there are small holes in the cartilage that can be repaired in certain circumstances with this type of therapy. So anyway, that's the answer to your first question. Do you have other questions?
Hold on, and we'll let you ask whatever you'd like. Just hold on one sec, okay? So we come back to you. Joe Lazara is a criminal defense attorney, and most people hire him because they've done something stupid like they drank and they drove, and the reason is because they're bad at calculating. They think, oh, I'm not really drunk, I'm not high, I think I can do it. Don't do I think, and then have to call Joe. Now, enough said about that. I'm not going to judge you. I'm just going to tell you about Joe. He's there to help you, Joseph A. Lazara. If you're accused of anything, believe me, there are times people are falsely accused. There are times people just want to get through the system. But you need an attorney. Joseph A. Lazara, 303-429-6200.
This email from Rebecca I'll bring up. You'll like it.
Okay. Throw anything back in
It'll hit home.
Why does it take the pain away? Why does it help?
Yeah,
literally,
it's
it's
really
the
caused by
ex-wife.
the loss of cartilage. So that's the first myth that you gotta get over. Then, really what's happened is...
Jack, you need to speed it up. I mean, you're going way too slow. Way too slow. Drew keeps telling me you gotta speed it up.
So it can transform that nasty... I'm just gonna tell her to, we're gonna have to hound her off
From inflammation and other
I think
I'm gonna call Empire right now.
Or you want to call...
Give me something with their phone number.
And then it can also take the knee from this probe breaks out.
I never hear them on the.
That's generally how it works.
I see them on TV. I never hear them anywhere else.
You know, realize we go out, I don't know,
Empire! They're the ones that always do shit like, buy one room, get 6 free. But that one room happens to cost the price of 8
don't have much lost cartilage.
Or
wouldn't
they
be
say
able to
they
use that.
get it on their sale and they say, well, it wasn't on that day.
Boy, that's
Or, oh, that isn't
included.
included.
We've all made it.
Yes.
When your cartilage wears the way the pain comes.
Yes.
Nobody Mitchell's smart.
All the large government
You Google Empire Flooring, look at the first thing that pops up.
How do you do that?
Paper.
Yeah, inflammation, bad chemicals, IL-1
I
beta.
don't have, her address is
Why
right.
does it become a bad chemical?
Well, I think, so it's,
This is her address.
so it's different in everybody, but a big cause of metabolic syndrome. So pre-diabetes.
I'm so sorry, somebody's on hold, but they don't want to come on the air. He just wants to know if you do neuropathy.
That's Empire. If we treat neuropathy, yes, we do, but we
But
need
she
to
should
know
use
more
her
about
insurance company. She's 80 years old.
More about the cost, perfect. I know I had heard you say it.
But they're being real
Oh,
assholes.
of course, but I'm saying, if she just turns it into their insurance
Yeah,
company,
I
she'll
mean,
be
you know,
done.
a lot of times, and then they go out to back and has been diagnosed. But anyway, so those chemicals are there. A lot of times stoked by systemic inflammation. So if you don't have much systemic inflammation,
Hey Nathaniel, is this Empire Flooring?
if you have more systemic inflammation, you're more likely to have.
Okay, yeah, my name's Mark Major. I'm with the Tom Martino radio show. How are you?
It does, but.
All right, I have a caller on right now that's got a pretty big issue with you guys. Who would I talk to about that? You guys have like a general manager? How does that work?
So we want it to be stable, because if it's unstable, then it's just going to keep doing that.
Well, yeah, you guys basically, when you put the toilet back down, the wax ring was screwed up, and there's about $6 grand worth of damage, and you apparently all of a sudden won't answer your phone calls. So yeah, it's a pretty big deal.
Okay.
I encouraged him to do that.
They're all just thank you. They're all just sticking in there.
Too, you know, oh yeah, you know, the snake oil.
Sure you can, sure I will. Hold on here.
Bats, rats, you know.
Yeah.
Where's her stuff?
That's right there.
What's her?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You can't go.
Let me tell you here, Julie, everything.
You want her phone number or her name?
In any business,
even the best,
yeah,
even the best, you know, things.
Julie
Ludwig,
Ludwig.
She's
in Broomfield.
But there's still people with strep throat that don't get cured by a lot.
80023.
Boy, speaking of, I'm grinding guts from clindamycin right now.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, are you on? You got to do prebiotics, probiotics.
Yeah.
Are you taking probiotics?
Yeah, Judy has a probiotics in the refrigerator. The stuff that kept cold. Yeah.
So definitely do that, because that's a big one with.
It looks like JULI.
It doesn't seem to help a lot until you're off of these. Because I think this kills them about as fast as you're putting them in, doesn't it?
The probiotics.
Who would generally handle stuff like this?
It's true.
I mean, do you guys have a media rep that'll come on the air and talk about this now? I mean, it sounds outrageous. I'd love to get your take on it, or your company's take on it. It sounds like you guys acknowledged that it wasn't done right, but when she started sending you the bills from the restoration company, you guys shut
I
up.
literally take stool from a healthy donor and put it in you, and it cures it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So whatever you killed that was good in there is back.
Yeah. Kind of reboot the.
And I've been on antibiotics more about 4 times in my life. Because I hear that. And that's what probably saved me when I had a MRSA.
Tell your listeners why Social Security isn't
I had a MRSA infection.
I said to him, you know what it is, right? He said, why don't we debate it? So we
They talk about the registry. It literally looked like somebody took a red marker and drew it all the way to the it looked fake.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ. You know, I love talking about medical stuff and health stuff that works. Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ, they don't go for the quick fix of cosmetic dentistry. Straight, beautiful teeth means that they widen your palate without surgery, without extractions, using expanders of the palate for adults and for children. For children, it's a little longer process. For adults, they can do it in 2 years. And this is amazing because it cures TMJ and sleep apneas, plus restores beautiful teeth, and the expanders along with some Invisalign braces for 2 years or less. Well, 2 years Not for the braces, but that's the entire program. You got to read more. Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ. Look them up. They're incredible. They're on our referral list. And it's a fraction of the cost of cosmetic dentistry. It is. I mean, cosmetic dentistry is like 50 grand for all of this. You can have beautiful straight teeth and a great jaw alignment, get rid of the TMJ and sleep apneas for a fraction of that. Truly, pennies on the dollar. 303-690-0100. 303-690-0100. Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ. Let's go. We have to follow up some stuff here. Cleo has some more questions for Dr. Centeno, and then we have a guy that called in, a master gemologist appraiser, who has some comments on that Native American appraisal. So go ahead, Cleo. What's going on?
Second question.
Yes.
Does Medicare or any other insurance take care of any part of what I think you're calling complete cell?
Living stem cell therapy, real stem cell therapy. So that's just, we're saying this as opposed to the fake stuff. But what Dr. Centeno, really, insurance doesn't cover it mainly, does it?
No, not yet. Now, having said that, so Medicare certainly doesn't, but having said that, we are starting to get self-insured companies to start to pay for this.
Like these Christian share programs are considering it, right? Are they starting to pay?
Yeah, we're on several of those programs right now.
Okay.
In addition to that, Time Inc., if you work for Time Inc., if you work for several large grocery store chains, which we don't have here, there's coverage. So we're doing that company by company, but right now Medicare does not cover this, and if someone tries to tell you they do, that's a big problem, because that's a federal offense for misbilling Medicare.
Are you able or willing on the air to at least give a general knowledge as to how you base your charges?
Yeah, he doesn't mind talking about it because it's real. Now remember, this is real living stem cell therapy, and these other places are charging. I haven't talked to one that paid less than 12 grand, and they go up to 18 and 20. So let's talk about real charges.
Yeah, we're actually much less expensive than that.
No, what are basic stem cell therapy?
So,
what does it start at?
So for a 3-part procedure, that is a pre-injection, a re-injection, a bone marrow aspiration, and a post-injection.
That means they're going to extract the living stem cells in order to re-inject. Okay.
That, to have a real physician do it, runs in the 6,000 to 8,000 range.
Yes.
If we're doing platelet-based therapies, that's much, much less.
And it's, in some cases, more effective in some cases.
Yeah, so we see things all the time where we don't even pull the trigger on stem cells. A less expensive platelet-rich plasma procedure will take care of the issue. So a small rotator cuff tear is an example of that.
What does that run?
That's in the $1,000 to $2,000 range. So,
and now remember, PRP is not for people who can't afford stem cell. PRP, platelet-rich plasma, is actually indicated for certain things, right? You would use that first.
Yeah, mild arthritis, we would never use stem cells. A small tear in the rotator cuff, we would never use stem cells. So again, it's about applying the right technology to what's wrong with the patient, and not just trying to throw stem cells at every single thing that walks through the door.
Okay, now, Pamela asks about an appraisal she had done, about 57 items, but they're Native American, and they're from the 60s, and also some of them come in sets, so it's, even though it's 57 items, a few of them are in sets, and she wanted to know, hey, is she being overcharged around $2 grand for an appraisal? What, Stan, what do you think? He said he charges $250 an hour.
Can you hear me?
Yes, and Stan identifies himself as a master gemologist appraiser. Go ahead, sir.
Right. I've taken the exam, and I'm certified as that. $250 an hour is right in the ballpark of what should be charged. It's not necessarily an easy job on Native American jewelry, and she went to a Native American jewelry expert, which is the best thing to do. But if they're actually produced by a noted Native American, they can be worth quite a lot of money. And you have to identify what they are, make sure that they haven't been treated, that they're correct stones, make sure that they're identified properly. You photograph them, and that's all included in your $250 an hour charge.
And what about the write-up, though? Because he's saying the write-up will be extra.
Well, that actually may be to her benefit, because normally I charge anywhere between $200 and $300 an hour
for the write-up. Are you there, sir? Well, I thought he was. But he's saying by using a less expensive person to do it, you're saving money for that write-up. So he seems to indicate you're not being overcharged. We have more coming up.
Have you ever wanted to refinance your mortgage, but didn't want to start a new 30-year loan
Bad part would be if, like I say, they're at
for my friends in American Financing.
what's that? Across the border. Yeah, that was
mortgage
one
insurance, lower your rate, or
It was just like, say, a little tourist area they were buying that, and the whole thing is worth
because in
$800.
American Financing they offer.
Of course, you'd think the guy wants that stuff was junk.
Really any term
Down in the
it really is a custom loan.
Santa Sierra, up Point
Based on your budget, and they'll
those
find the
little
most
booths along the
competitive
road,
interest rate
some of the
if
famous
you mortgage
artists
your way.
sell
Plus,
right
no
along
rate,
along
no matter
the edge of the
where
road.
interest rates go, yours stays the same.
And
Monthly payments
how do you
continue.
tell
It
an
just
artist?
takes one call.
They don't, it's not, I don't think they put their name on it.
Judy
Or maybe initial or something like that.
Yeah, during the 60s and 70s, there was that gal that was doing the black pottery. I forget her name, but that stuff is worth tens of thousands of dollars a pop.
The pottery, like I said, and this is all jewelry. You're right, I have heard that.
You know, he's talking about treated. A lot of them the turquoise and dye it.
Oh, I thought they might have cleaned the silver or something.
Well, no, they a lot of the turquoise wasn't the right color, so they would dye it and wax it and stuff like that.
Really?
Ways of telling them. My wife Judy bought them as junk for the silver, for just the weight.
But there's usually not much silver in
It's
it.
sterling. You can test it.
The Indians would use sterling silver? How do they make sterling silver? They buy the silver, then do the
Plates. Yeah, there's a little black stone you rub on it. By what color it is, you can tell.
No, what I'm saying is sterling silver is it's not.
It's the grade.
But it's not.
It's 97 or so. Or, I don't know. I forgot what the number is. But
Oh, I
it's
thought
percentage
sterling
to be.
silver was like a manufacturer's.
No, to be sterling, it has to be at least that percentage.
Yeah, here's the percentage, yeah.
I didn't know that. Look what I learned from you, Clint.
Well, Judy buys bullion most of the time, which is 99.9. It's fine, 99.99. But coins are only about 75% silver, so you got to. They only pay for the weight of the silver.
Right. Oh, I know coins.
So it's just strictly. I know most of it doesn't have any value other than that.
Yeah.
92.5% sterling. 7.5% can be something else.
Gotcha. So you're saying 1 in 2,000 for a rotator cuff? That's really that's a long healing process. If they got to have the surgery and stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
so
it's interesting.
Reserve stone and contract.
Yeah,
Contracted.
I'm sorry. So he reserved the stone.
Right.
At a place, they told him to do it, and then when they came out and did it, they used a different stone.
Oh, wrong stone.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, because like, how many, you write a story, a big long book, and we can't fit it into that. Come on, line there. Get into your brain, dude.
But yeah, it's amazing because then you'll have a chiropractic office injecting dead amniotic tissue for $5,000 to $7,000. You've got a nurse doing that. You know, she has not a clue what she's doing. She just stick it in there and inject it.
But like I said, rotator cuff, that could take 6 months to heal. You know, on that surgery and stuff, you know, where they got to put a little thing underneath.
Yeah.
That's a very painful.
Yeah, and a lot of those are feeling better within a few weeks.
Okay.
So people are, meaning a lot of, if we're just doing the PRP. So it's,
I know a lady and stuff, I should have them give you a call and stuff like that. Because she's fighting through it and stuff.
Rotator cuff.
Rotator cuff.
Yeah. Yeah, we see a lot of those.
And that's platelet-rich plasma you put in there?
Generally, if it's a smaller tear, if it's a larger tear, we use the stem cells. But I was telling Tom, we had a janitor, high school janitor, who got ripped off for $17,000 for 3 areas that he had injected. Didn't help. You know, he came to us. They paid us maybe $5,000 for a couple different PRP shots. He's doing great. So, you know, he had a nurse blindly inject dead amniotic tissue for $17,000. It's a high school janitor. I don't even know how to afford $17,000. It must have been all the money he had saved.
Good savior.
Cashed in his 401k. Yeah, a lot of people will. I just checked with my wife whether her rotator was minor or major. She said it was changed by a thread, so probably surgery only at that point.
Yeah, best thing to do is, if she said an MRI, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just, send me the MRI.
She had an appointment with you guys a couple months ago, and the person was going to be gone at the time or something. She didn't follow up.
Okay, well, best thing to do is just, like I said, send me a link to her MRI, or you can send over the MRI, and you have to look at it and say, yeah, this is something we think you
She already had one done, one surgery on one of them, and it was successful, but now the other one's bad.
Yeah, send me the MRI. It's something good to look at. Dr. Dean Jones is in there and stuff. He says, I've never, because I asked him about my mom and her back and stuff, I had never seen a thing that I wouldn't help. He's like, right, sitting in that chair. Oh yeah, that's some bullshit. He said that right there. He says, I don't know anything that it wouldn't help. Yeah, I mean, again, what is he basing that on? It certainly, at the time he was in here, not even based on experience, because they hadn't even done much. But, yeah, I have no idea where that comes from. Again, that's always a giveaway. You're right, it is.
Feeling down, and I do.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This hour brought to you by Fix-It 24/7. Fix-It 24/7. Here's what's happening, and this is a rare opportunity. Right now, we're in the tween season. You can pick furnace or air, and you can get either one done as far as cleaned and tuned and adjusted and everything gone through, practically a refurbishing for just $39 from Fix-It 24/7. That's $39, and trust me, when they go through it, you will be astounded at what you get for the money. Crazy good. And that's Fix-It 24/7, fixmyhome.com. Plus, listen to this, they are also offering for electrical service. This is good, and that is $45 for a receptacle or switch changeout. That's $45. No call charge is $45. That's it. That's what you pay. Fix It 24/7 for all your electrical, plumbing, heating, cooling, and drain. 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939. I'm Tom Martino. This is a consumer advocacy show. Been on the air 40 years or going on 40 years in Denver, and I say it's the longest running show, and it is. With the same host currently on the air. We have Dr. Chris Centeno with us, who does stem cell therapy. He was the first doctor ever to do a clinical stem cell therapy on joints. So that's it. Now, there was research going on before that. Why you kind of clarify it when you say you were the first, Dr. Centeno. What do you mean? You're the first doctor, and then you say who does stem cell therapy in a clinical setting. Was there another clarification on that? I mean, technically or not? Or is that it?
Yeah, I mean,
can I just say that? The first clinical stem cell therapies.
Yeah, we're the folks.
Other than the researches.
Yeah, we were the first folks to use this for common orthopedic conditions like knee arthritis, shoulder rotator cuff tears, those sorts of things.
What were they doing? What were they using it for then, before you did it?
You know, the only type of stem cell therapy that had been done before us in any orthopedic condition was for bone disease.
And research, right?
And research, yeah.
Cool. Okay, if you have any questions, give us a call. Scott wants to talk about his roof being replaced. And what's going on, Scott?
So I'm currently in the process of selling my house down in Colorado Springs.
Yes, sir.
I got the inspection report back, and the sellers would like a new roof.
I would never do anything. Now, see, I wouldn't. The sellers, I think,
are the buyers.
Excuse me. That's what I meant too. The buyers are idiots for asking you that, because I would never trust you, the seller, to do it. Now, I'm not saying you're dishonest. I just know that when someone is selling a house, they don't care about anything except selling the house. They're not going to make sure the absolute best job is done in the world. They just want to get it done. So they're going to go for the cheapest, period. That's all they care about. When I buy a house, I want an allowance for a fair price that I know it's going to cost, and I want to have it done. I don't know why they're asking you to have it done. Here's another problem. If you have it done, if you don't have it done well, it's going to come back to haunt you. I would say, Scott, they should take an allowance. Are they willing to take an allowance?
I'm sure they would be. What do you think?
I think it's better all the way around. Well, an allowance for what it would cost.
Well, it also comes down to depending on the price you're selling it. I mean, you might not want to spend more money and put a roof. Can you? It's supply and demand.
And again, Mark's right. If they walk, do you have somebody else who'll buy it? You don't have to give in to their demands.
No, absolutely. I just wanted your.
So what do you? Are you inclined to do the roof?
I'm inclined to help out because I think I agree with them, but I've had, reputable roofing companies out that I've gotten off your referral list several times, and they've all told me that there's not enough hail damage on there to make a claim.
Okay.
So, I mean, the roof works.
What do you mean not enough to make a claim?
Water damage, there's...
Oh, they say the actual hail damage is not enough to get it replaced, but it probably needs a roof, did they say, or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, just wear and tear.
I see. Yeah, how old is the roof?
Approximately 20 years.
Okay, and I would want one too. But Scott, here's the deal. It's gonna always be yours if you have it done and they have any problems. It's gonna be a hassle. I would say to them, look, let's come up with a price and we'll give you a credit. It's better for them anyway. Because, truly, Scott, if you hadn't called the show, and even if you agree it needs a roof, that doesn't mean you have to supply it. You could offer a credit or offer nothing. You could say the house is as is. Oh, yeah, it needs a roof. You can agree that it needs a roof, but you're not required to replace it. You understand that, right? No one is required to make the home perfect. You're only required to disclose any problems that exist.
The problem most people run up against, so of course the mortgage company doesn't want to move in with a crappy roof.
Right, but they would allow a credit. Mortgage companies would allow it.
Oh, absolutely, but they're going to want to see that roof fixed or they're not going to cover it. Why would they cover a roof that already is failing?
You're talking about the mortgage or the insurance?
Both, the mortgage company and, of course, the insurance.
Right, the mortgage company, the loan company wants good collateral, and the insurance company certainly doesn't want to insure an old roof. So, Scott, it's up to you. Any way you want to do it. You can have it replaced. You can replace it yourself. You can offer them a credit and be done with it. Or you can simply say, take it as it is. You might give them a discount or not. You might just say, or do you think anybody buying it would come up with the same thing?
I'm not sure. But, obviously that would be a concern.
Right, and so that's what you have to decide. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255, Mark.
So this Empire today, these guys, honestly,
they installed a floor for this woman, luxury vinyl tile. They picked up her toilet, reset it as part of the job, and it caused major damage. And they are not talking to her, and we feel badly for this. This woman is 80 years old.
So they told their sub, the installer, to put in a claim on their insurance. That's what everybody's been waiting for.
Okay, well, nothing wrong with that.
Well, that's fine, but if it's going this long, at what point don't they have to do something? Think about that. If you hire a sub, you're the general, at some point it is your issue as well. They should put it in with theirs, and then their company can try to subrogate with the subs. But in the meantime, the best thing I think for this woman, because she's 80 plus, it needs to get fixed, we should have her put in a claim to her own insurance company.
And then go after them for her deductible if she has one. And also, the company will go after subrogation. They'll go after it, too.
I don't like this Empire, though. They're not very good on the phone. I don't like them.
Empire,
I don't like them.
They're all
it's an opinion.
Listen, okay, I can't honestly say, we get a lot of complaints, but they're all subcontractors. There is no real Empire. There's a showroom. What is Empire? Empire is a supplier and a showroom.
And a phone number.
Commercials. That's what they are. Everyone that goes to your home is a sub. So where's Empire? Hello, poof, it's gone. I'm not saying they're not a good company. I'm not saying they're a bad company. I'm saying they do advertising. They collect leads. They supply floor, and I'm not even so sure if they do that, but I think they supply the floors, and then the subs go out and do it.
And apparently they hire people that don't know how to reset a toilet.
That's just a dumb mistake. 303-713-TALK for the first time today. We do have plenty of lines open, so you can get right through. Now, you can get right through to talk to us about anything you want. If you want to just sound off, you can do that. Or Dr. Chris Centeno from Centeno Schultz, Stem Cell Therapy, the real stuff. They're available to answer questions as well. Robert, what's going on?
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Robert. What's going on with you, sir?
Well, I wrote an email to you guys on the help email over the weekend.
And I think that's now. Did you call or did we get in touch with you?
You got in touch with me.
Good. Here's why I want to tell people this. He left a message over the weekend. 303 Martino works all the time, and this is living proof that we will pursue you. If you call us, we'll get back in touch with you. You don't have to stay on hold, and we want to help if we can. Now, what's going on?
So my wife and I hired this guy. His name is Carson Carletta.
Carson Carletta?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and what happened?
Through the company's 303 Stonebrokers.
Okay, how'd you find him?
So, Craigslist.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Yeah. So he seemed pretty reputable, but...
Well, no, hold on. This is what I like. I want to just, and I promise we'll get to the problem. What do you mean by that? Seemed pretty reputable. I've heard that before.
Well,
what does that mean?
He got high ratings. He got high stars.
With Craigslist? Oh, no.
Craigslist.
You mean reviews?
Yes.
Like what? Give me an idea. Like they say, we had him, we hired him, we love him, that kind of stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, keep going.
So here's what happened.
Yeah.
He sent us to Bedrosian. They have about 5 stores around the country.
What's it called?
Bedrosian, Bedrosian.
Jeez. Okay, Bedrosian.
And they have a large stock of stone. So we went down there and we picked out some quartzite.
Okay.
He said, "You pick your stone out." We picked it out, and we got a receipt on it. We reserved it.
Okay.
And we took pictures of that stone. We took pictures of the number on the stone.
Mm-hmm.
So we documented it very well.
Okay, good.
And then the stone showed up at our house.
Yeah.
It was fabricated. They were still working on some of the stone until 10 o'clock in the night.
So what's the problem?
So the problem was my wife and I were looking at the stone as they were installing it.
Yeah.
We were saying, this doesn't look like our stone.
Yeah.
There's stuff in here that just does not look like the stone we picked out.
So what did you do?
He said, well, this is the stone you picked out.
Yeah.
So the next day I went and I called Bedrosian.
Here's what I want to know, Robert. In the interest of time, rather than telling us the story, let's speed right up to the part. Was it the stone or not? I don't need to know how you found out.
Nope, was not the stone.
You verified it was not the stone.
Absolutely.
All right. So now, what does this... Okay, so what does the guy say about that?
So here's what he wants the other half of his money.
Well,
so
but he didn't give you the stone you wanted. How different is the stone?
It's very different.
And did he finish the job? Did you let him finish?
Well, he was about 90% done, and I had to hire another guy to come in for $300 to clean up because it was such shoddy work.
Oh, man.
So yesterday or the day before yesterday, I was served. My wife and I were in Gunnison fishing, and our security camera went off, and
you were served. What is he? A notice, an intent to lien?
Yep.
Okay. That's the proper way to do it for him. So listen, you're saying it's not the stuff you ordered, right?
Correct.
And you can prove it, right?
Yes.
And you can prove that the installation was shoddy, right?
I have pictures.
How much of the job is done right now?
But didn't he purchase a stone through that other weird name company?
Yeah, but he did, and he took pictures of it, but that's not the stone that showed up. No, I have a few questions. Robert, okay. Is the job done? I'm not asking if it's done to your satisfaction. The job is done. Okay.
Correct.
Now, and if it was installed, and you had the guy clean up, now, does it look good?
Other than, I would say, the things that, everything that was corrected looks good, yes.
Well, I'm just asking. The job right now is done and it looks good. I'm not asking how it was done. If you like the process, it was done. Is that right?
It's done.
And
there's a lot of imperfection in the stone itself.
Well, okay, I'm not asking that. The job's done, okay, and the stone is not what you ordered, but the job itself, the grout lines or whatever was put in, it's fine. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. But you don't want to have to pay for something you did not order. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay, or you don't want to pay. Are you even willing to accept the different stone that has imperfections in it, or do you want the original stone that you ordered?
So I offered him, I said, if you put in the original stone, I will pay you the other half. Of course, he would be out.
He has to tear out the whole floor. I'm asking you this, and I'm not saying you have to, Robert. I'm just asking, are you willing to accept this floor in any circumstance?
I'm willing to accept this stone. I will take this stone.
Hold on. If what?
I don't think I should reward him.
Okay, but what are you saying, Robert? I don't think you should either. I am asking, though, what are you willing to pay for the stone you did not order?
Just what I gave him.
Okay, hold on. Now, Carson is on the other line, and I want to talk to him because he has a right to be heard. Okay, and let's see if we can work this out. But I can't take him now because I'm running over time. Pro Auto Care, I have to tell you about Pro Auto Care, your car nanny. Right now, they have the work special $29.95. This, you will not believe what $29.95 gets you. It's an oil change, of course, and filter, tire rotation, and wiper blades. See stores for details as far as quantities and all of that. Of course, it discounts big diesels, but you can call for that. Most everyone, $29.99, tire rotation, wiper blades. But here's the best part about Pro Auto Care. You become part of the family, which means that you have free roadside assistance in between every service. It lasts for 36,000 miles. So Pro Auto Care will be your car company, and they will remind you by text or email whenever anything is needed. Automatically, like I said, they take care of you. 303 Pro Auto, 2 locations, near Evans and I-25, near Bowles and Santa Fe. 303 Pro Auto, the website, 303proauto.com.
This report is brought to you by Indeed.com.
All in all, pretty good-looking drive.
We got the stone guy.
Hey, Dr. Santana, you need to let Tom know that you got a couple seminars coming up.
Oh, okay.
I see they're both in Broomfield. I can tell you where they're at.
And you have to interrupt him to get.
Yeah, or just let them know ahead of time and have them come on there. But you got to remind them.
You know what I'll do? I got a Facebook question I'll ask you, so we'll work it in.
Okay. There's 2 of them: August 9th, August 21st.
August 9th, August 21st.
Both in Broomfield.
Okay, great.
So they're in Aurora on the 3rd and the 7th, right?
That's right.
That other doc's address. Who's that guy that you guys had in here that was?
Dean Jones?
Jones, yeah.
Seriously, he sat right there. I asked him. He says, I've never had a thing where I wouldn't say that it wouldn't help. 100%.
I've learned over the years.
What do you mean? I don't know.
When Dr. D. Jones was in here, I had to ask him straightforward because my mom has sclerosis and stuff with her back. I said, God, this might help. This, help.
And you said it would?
He says, I've never had a case where it wouldn't help.
Maybe what he's saying is it wouldn't hurt.
He said wouldn't help.
They're very straightforward over at that office.
Yeah. Those chiropractors really know about stem cells.
Last week we were, what are the needles called? Where they stick you with the needles?
IV?
No, acupuncture.
Oh.
1 week they're doing acupuncture. Next week they're doing stem cells. Next week they're selling steaks.
But they're good steaks.
We don't inject water into those steaks and freeze them. You ever bought a steak from a place like that?
You know what they put in steaks to make them stay red longer? In the package?
Red?
Yeah, in the package.
Bromine?
No.
What?
Carbon dioxide.
Oh.
Because it takes the oxygen out, and the oxygen is what makes it.
There's nothing.
Not that it hurt, nothing's wrong with it,
Yeah,
but it makes it red stay red.
Look better.
Right.
Just appear.
I like KFC has these chickens.
Oh, we just had a KFC color supposed to go on.
They have they know how to genetically engineer a chicken now, so it's got 4 drumsticks, 6 wings, and 4 breasts. Now, granted, it's a funny-looking chicken, but it goes a lot further than the average chicken.
It can run faster.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713
Talk. Frank Duran, the real estate man. The guy that you need for buying and selling real estate because you will never do better, and you'll find him at referralist.com. Frank has a team for buying and selling, and he has stats to show that he will sell your home for more money and in less time. And he does it by offering the right price out of the gate. He doesn't overprice it because he knows he'll get multiple offers if he does it the right way, and you end up getting more than these guys who say, oh, I'll list it much higher. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. 303-920-1622. Okay, so Carson's the owner of the company. Hello, Carson, and thank you for coming on, first of all. All right, so
sure,
anyway, he says it's the wrong stone. That's the bottom line, it sounds like. Is it the wrong stone or not in your eyes?
I believe it was not the one that was originally picked out, and the reason being is because they exceeded the whole time to hold that specific material. However, it is from the same stone of family. It is a quartz. That material is not a lower grade granite. We busted our tail for this guy. He continued to delay me because of his other contractors. They only have a 5-day hold at the stone distribution place. It wasn't until 48 days after is when the stone was actually picked up and delivered and then fabricated. I have about 3 hours of that job left over to do, and this guy doesn't want to pay me on it. Yeah, it's not the one that they picked out, but it is the one that it is.
You're saying it's the same material. It's the same material. It's just not the same exact lot.
Absolutely, and at the end of the day, he's going to get that value for his home. I've done plenty of work for many people, many years, and I've never had to file a lien on somebody's property. He called you because I sent him a notice to file a lien.
Right, he said that.
Friday.
Yeah, he said that.
Yeah, and he did not give me the opportunity. I was hearing his discussion with you. He did not present an opportunity to me to pay me whatever it would be for the difference or the half or whatever he had stated. As a matter of fact, all he said was, don't call me, don't talk to me. I have nothing to do. I don't want nothing to do with you. Do what you have to do in the court. And I text him back, okay, I intend to.
Okay. and maybe that's where it ends up. Here's the deal. It's actually in this case easier for you because you put up a lien, but unless you foreclose on that lien, it's just going to drop off. Of course, anybody owed money can sue in addition to a lien. That's not your only alternative.
Yeah, it's called civil theft.
Yeah, that's right. Well, it's called, they call it theft of services, but in reality, no one's going to arrest him for it. It's going to be a contract breach. You're going to say he breached by not paying, and this guy's going to say, and Robert, you're going to say that Carson breached by not providing the proper stone. But let me explain something, Robert, since we deal with a lot of direct stone importers and people like this in business. It is going to be, if it's the same exact material but simply not that lot, you might have a weak argument, Robert. If it's the same material.
This stone doesn't even compete to the one we picked out. It looks like bleach blotches all over it. And we were very, very meticulous when we picked out this stone.
Why didn't you pick it up?
In the contract, he picks it up. And he says in here, material in the contract says material was selected and provided by the client. Well, I'm the client. And if he thinks that I owe him the other half of this, when he lied, number one.
About what? What is he lying about?
Because he never told us. When I was remarking about the stone.
Oh, he never said it was different.
That's the stone you picked out.
Carson, is it the stone? Hold on a sec, Robert. Carson, is it the stone they picked out? You say yes and no. It's the same material. It's not.
It's not the same stone. They're two different numbers.
Hold on, Robert, you got to hold on a sec. Go ahead, Carson.
It is from the quartz family. It is not a granite. It is not a marble. Yes, it is.
It's not the stone we selected. Tell the truth.
They've exceeded their
Tell the truth. It's not the.
Okay, I'm putting him on hold. Go ahead, Carson. Go ahead. It's not what he picked out, though.
It's not what he picked out. So therefore, what they picked out became available for resale after they exceeded their hold time, which is not my policy. It's a policy of
I know, but don't you think though, if it wasn't available and you picked something else up, you should have mentioned it to him, like, hey, by the way, the original stone you picked out is not available.
No, it's still available.
Wait,
it's still there. That's what the caller told me. Robert said.
Yeah, I assume that we were going to get one exactly like it, or the same material, the same movement.
So you didn't.
The movement of what he's complaining about.
What do you mean?
The movement of the stone. This one is kind of veiny, similar to like a marble. It's still quartz, and he wanted something that kind of looked cloudy to the eye. The install is good. The fabrication was good.
He said he
yeah,
had
but
to
it's
hire
not.
somebody.
But it's not the stone. I keep
know.
coming back to that. I'm not
Right.
saying there's not any value. I agree with him in that. But there's got to be a compromise here.
You know, Carson. You know, to avoid. I mean, really, unless you're ready to foreclose on his house, a lien's not going to get you paid anyway, and it's going to cost you more trouble. But I mean, I don't know. Do you think because I mean, I would have said to him, I know you thought it was going to be the same, but Carson, as soon as he started bringing it up, you should have said, you know, you're right. It wasn't the same stone. I mean, you never mentioned it to him until
I had to look at it, and I went back to the serial numbers on there. That's what I went and did. And of course, the gal who originally talked with them, she's no longer working there.
But we all acknowledge it's not the stone he ordered.
What would you take right now? Say 50% of what's owed?
What would you take? And right now he owes you, according to you, 50%, right? Are you willing to take less or whatever? Or I don't even know if Robert's willing to pay more. I have no idea. Are you willing to walk for what he's already paid, or do you want more money, Carson?
Absolutely not. He just paid for the material. I still have our time for the fabrication and our time for the installation on there. You know, if I have to continue to renew the lien, that's fine. His title to that property will just continue to remain clouded.
Right. It will. It will.
I'll
That's
never
true.
sell the house. Who cares? I'm not selling it.
Yeah, but if you want to
I'll never sell it.
is it paid off?
No.
Is it okay? Well, what I'm saying is you can't refinance.
But guys, real quick, both of you think what would be a compromise? One of you throw a number out.
He's not going to get
about
$2,200
left on that job.
How much?
I would accept that. About $2,400 is what I calculate.
The stone we have in our house is very bad stone.
Robert,
it's not good. There are a lot of imperfections.
Robert, he's saying $2,400.
Robert, how much?
I would accept half that.
So let me get this straight. There's $2,400 owed, and you would accept half of that, Carson?
Correct.
I'll give him $1,000.
Well, $1,200 sounds like an all right deal. I mean, you keep pressing it. Here's what I'm saying, Clyde.
It's flawed. The stone's flawed. Here's the deal, though. I want Carson to hear this.
Yeah, well, don't keep beating him up if you guys are trying to mitigate right now.
I want him to hear this.
Okay, Carson, sometimes people just want to be heard, and maybe this $1,200 will work. What do you want him to hear?
Here's the deal. What I want him to understand is picking out a stone is a very, very personal thing.
Well,
it's
for
like
you it is,
picking out
yes.
Furniture.
Yeah.
It's like picking out furniture. And my wife specifically wanted that stone.
I know.
And I wanted
can
to
dig
make
that.
this kitchen special for my wife.
Right.
You didn't take that into consideration. You decided that you would put in the stone that you wanted in my kitchen.
Well,
I think he legitimately thought, though, it was the same.
I think Carson didn't do it to piss you off. I think he thought he could.
He made $300 extra doing it. That's stupid to do that for $300.
I'm going to ruin my reputation for $300. Come on.
Yeah, you are.
God, do you really, Robert? Now you're going a little far, Robert. You're assuming that he picked cheaper stone on purpose.
Well, here's the deal. Let me show you something. There's a lot of numbers on this.
Well, you don't have to. You don't have to. Robert,
we were within $200 a minute ago.
You know, Robert, you don't have to give us numbers. He agrees it's different. He agrees it does. You know, it's more of an emotional scar for Robert. I swear to God, Robert feels violated. I know he does.
And you don't want that cloud on your title. If you guys can come together around $1,000 or $1,200, just get it handled.
I think $1,200 is fair. It's half of what's owed. Listen, if he has, what kind of floor is it? What kind of floor is it, Robert?
It's not a floor. It's a countertop.
It's countertop.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's what I meant. What kind is it?
It's Taj Mahal.
No, what I mean is what? Okay, it's a quartzite.
Quartzite.
Okay, so it's still quartz, right? In a way, it's just not the exact one. And by the way, now I can see why.
It's very heavily flawed. The one we picked out was beautiful, no flaws.
Okay.
This one's got a lot of flaws in it.
Yeah. And
he said $1,000. See if the other guy will do it, and it's done. Are you good with that still, man? $1,000 bucks.
$1,000, and I want him out of my hair.
Okay. Hold on. I hope Robert, what's that?
I feel he should meet me at $1,200. That's less than half, or that's about half of what's owed.
You know, Carson, listen, Carson and Robert, call in again because it was disconnected by mistake. Listen, all I'm saying is, Carson, you kind of really should have mentioned, hey, bud, this is not what you picked out. I mean, I I get it. You know, it is kind of personal. Countertops are a big deal in a kitchen.
I agree.
And,
I agree.
And,
you know, after 48 days, though, it was like I didn't know about it till after over a month.
I just think that you both kind of got off on the bad foot. Listen, Carson, I think you were really trying to make it right in your own way. I know that. But he doesn't feel that way. And here's the deal. Robert, I don't know. Let's see if Carson will take $1,000, and if he'll do it, I think you both should do it. And I think it would be worth it.
Let's find out after the break. During the break, I'm going to run down. I've got a hail-damaged car to look at from me.
Yeah, she's
or
My says there's no way there was. She didn't notice it when she went to buy it. So we're going to figure this out. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. One Clear Choice Garage Doors, the place to go for any garage door problem, and for free inspections if you want to know the state of your garage door, because they want to be your customer. They want you to be their customer, so they'll check your door out. OneClearChoiceDoors.com, and they'll tighten the hinge bolts. They'll lubricate. They'll make safety adjustments. But of course, if you need openers, they have beautiful LiftMaster starting at $333 with Wi-Fi capability and time to close feature. 303-565-6409.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW and iHeartRadio.
They're all over the map as to what these things look like. They can look like marble. They can look like they're like some natural stone. They can look like different kinds of granite. I mean, it's crazy.
See what they're going to do.
Here's another, Tom, tell him what's a day of your time worth. He's going to go to court for a day. Tell Carson, court, if he's willing to go, his time's worth $1,000 just for going into court.
Okay, I'm going to do these feedbacks.
I thought quartz was like a crushed up quartz. Look at these things. Well, I know granite's really, they look like everything. Ooh, wow, that really is different. Holy cow. I thought they're like totally different. Like this one, that one, that one.
Line 4 is a fabricator. He has Line 4 is a fabricator. He has really good feedback. It's like I would never take stone for a client ever.
What's that?
Tell them they got to make it quick, though. We will.
Yeah, they're all quick ones on there. Are we done with Carson, or you want to?
Well, he's probably got to come on and see if he'll take it.
Oh, right. Tell Robert, I don't have. Robert, I don't have that.
Phishing emails are hard to detect because the messages appear to be legitimate to unsuspecting employees. Introducing Barracuda Fish Line.
I can't believe he would have went back and I would have.
Designed to help employees recognize sophisticated email phishing attacks through interactive training reinforced by continuous simulation. Transform your employees from a liability into a line of defense. Go to barracuda.com/PL to learn more.
Unless there's an axe to grind.
This report is brought to you by
Pretty quiet drive across the metro area right now. I-70 westbound still carrying quite a bit of volume, though, between Holly and Steel Street. In Commerce City, westbound 270 running heavy after Quebec. Opens up just past Vasquez.
I'm surprised that came on.
It's important to know.
If you're traveling in the high country today, westbound I-70, very heavy.
No, they're really hard decorations going on. I didn't realize Quartz is pretty cool. Yeah, I didn't realize these different looks. Yeah, I thought most of the Quartz was like ground up. He could be right that what he got looks nothing like what he picked out.
Yeah, you're right.
Tomorrow, mostly sunny, afternoon storms possible, high of 83.
Robert does sound kind of like a pain in the ass, though.
Yeah. And the way, though, if you think about it,
but you're right. Especially if it's really different.
Listed with trusted contractors and professionals, but only if excellence is.
But it wasn't like it was one thing if the stone's already sold, but it was still there.
Referralist.com.
Hail's severe storm season is here, and that's why you need to call Golden Spike Roofing. If you think you have damage, call Golden Spike at 303-942-1386 for a thorough and free inspection.
Oh, Tom, I told him that he's got 2 seminars coming up. I told him that he needs to make sure he lets you know that. Yes, what? 2 seminars coming up.
Oh, okay, good. Thank you.
Yeah. One's
does he have the information?
He does. One's on they're both in Broomfield. One's on the 9th. One's on the 21st.
630 KHOW.
Wink and Wink are bankruptcy attorneys I hope you never need.
WinkandWink.com. They can give you a fresh start. Just remember Wink and Wink, 303-410-1720. Okay, hold on now. We have some other people that that have feedback. We have Mark, who's a fabricator. Go ahead, Mark. What's your take on this wrong stone? What is it?
You know, the installer should have never put it in. He should. I mean, if I was the homeowner, I'd yank that out, and I'd give it back to him and have another countertop put in. You know, that's BS. Now, I've been installing for 35 plus years.
Okay, so good. Now, you're in the business, and that's good. If you can leave your name and number with Daphne, that would be great. So we have an installer saying he would never simply substitute stone. And Robert, you know what? At first, it sounds like a pain in the ass, but you're not. I know exactly what you mean. A stone is an emotional decision. It really is. I know what you mean. Isaac, go ahead. What do you think, Isaac?
Tom, I got a whole big problem with these scumbag contractors we have in Colorado. Yes, you know who you are, you scumbags. This guy right now ought to get in his truck, go out to this guy's house, pull out that granite, give the guy every bit of money, give him maybe a neck.
See, this is good. Now, this is unsolicited feedback, Isaac. I'm glad I'm hearing it.
You know, Tom, I've been burned so many times by these scumbag contractors. You know who you are in Colorado. And, Tom, I would like for you, sir, and Mark, to start a program and put pressure on our low-life politicians we have in this state.
Well, Isaac, you know what? I want you to listen.
Get these laws to where we, the public, who work hard for our money and get ripped off by these scumbag rats.
You know what? I got to tell you something, Isaac. What do you do for a living? Did he hang up? Isaac? Okay, he's really pissed. Now, listen, I want Carson to know something. We give him the utmost respect. He calls, and I want him to know these people are unsolicited, but it should give you a good idea, Carson, that, you know, this is a big deal for people. I mean, it really is. Carson?
Yeah, I'm here.
It is a big deal for people. I mean, they don't take it lightly. And the thing is I don't know, man. I think that Robert's being more than reasonable. I really do. I know he sounds like a pain, but I think he's being more than reasonable. I mean, he's willing to pay $1,000 and take the wrong stone.
Well, and that's fine. You know what? I'll accept that.
Okay.
As far as the other listeners listening and calling in, I too have been robbed by not only contractors, but also professional people, both blue and white.
I know. It goes both ways. It goes both. Carson, listen, man, you don't sound like a bad guy to me. If you can settle this for $1,000, Robert, he says he'll settle it for $1,000, and I'm with you, by the way. And I just want you to know something. If he does put a lien on your property, you know, people think that's the end. And like you said, I'll just never sell, I won't refinance. But there's another thing you can do. This is in general. I'm not talking about Carson. If a lien goes on your property, you know, you can sue to get that removed.
It's a superfluous lien as it is.
But I don't know if that would be considered, though. I mean, he is owed money. Now, there's a difference of opinion for sure. And Robert, you probably would prevail if you've kept meticulous records. But at the same time, and I'm not saying you should or should not do this, if you want to settle it for $1,000, it just seems like it would just put it behind you. But are you going to look at that counter? Will you look at that counter every day, though? Will you look at that counter every day and be pissed?
My wife is not happy with that counter, but here's the deal. For the amount of time it would take and aggravation it would take to have that ripped out and a new one fabricated, it's probably not worth my time and effort. I want this project to end. I want an ending to it.
All right. Thank you. And you know, and again, man, he went to Craigslist. Referrallist.com. Okay, people like Genesis Total Exteriors. By the way, he does counters. That's why I said it. He does interiors as well. I have to be shameless in my plugging because people get ripped off. And, you know, very seldom will you hear about a problem with people off the referral. I mean, we do have some, but not that many. Hey, Clyde, you have a question for Dr. Chris Centeno here. Go ahead. It's Real Living Stem Cell Therapy. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I've got bone-on-bone both knees. I'm 74, and I just want to know if they can do anything.
What did you say the problem is with your knees?
They're bone-on-bone.
Oh, my God. Okay. You know, I don't know if you heard before, but go ahead, Doctor.
Yeah. So it all depends on, you would come in, we'd do an evaluation, We'd look at your MRIs and then make a decision as to whether you're a good, fair, or poor candidate. We've treated thousands of patients with bone-on-bone and
that
both
help,
knees.
and you help with pain.
And we can usually help. But again, it's a medical candidacy process that depends on what's going on with you. So that's the thing we would.
And listen, one thing we want to stress, okay? It's not going to grow new cartilage.
Cartilage.
Yeah. Were you told that it would?
I just assumed that it probably would, but
it doesn't.
I mean, somebody's told me that.
Yeah, the fakers will tell you that. It's just not going to do it.
Yeah, I know.
Now, it does grow new tissue in some cases, right, Dr. Centeno?
Rotator cuffs, ACLs.
Yeah, there are some cases where it does. Yeah. But with cartilage, it doesn't grow cartilage in any circumstances. Or, Chris, it will grow if you have a good amount of cartilage. It'll mimic it, right? Or it'll fill it in?
Yeah, if there's a small hole, that's something that can fill in on MRI, but not bone-on-bone.
Okay, so it's the bone-on-bone. It's not that it won't generate new tissue. It will in some circumstances, but not bone-on-bone. How much...
Hey, Tom, just wanted to bring up, we've got 2 seminars coming up. If this
guy let's talk about them. When?
Is interested, one's on August the 9th, the other one on August 21st
August
up in Broomfield.
The 9th and August 21st. I want to make that clear, and I want to write it down. Okay,
up in Broomfield, so if you've got questions that didn't get answered on the show, it's good to go, and we'll tell you what the real skinny is.
Let's say it again, August the 9th, and when?
And the 21st.
Okay, and what time?
In Broomfield, they start at 6.
Okay, at 6 o'clock. And where do they find out more information? You want me to give out the number there? The regular number? 303-963-9201.
As well as CentenoSchultz.com. So CentenoSchultz.com.
Okay, and that's August 9th and the 21st. And I'm telling you, tell them the difference with your seminar very quickly here. What's the difference? It's not a sales job.
It's not a sales event. I mean, the other seminars you go to them, you feel like you're at a timeshare sales event or something.
That's the truth.
It's a completely different deal. We're here to educate you. You may not even be a good candidate for what we do, in which case we're going to send you packing.
But you're going to learn so much information. That's what's great. So it's August 9th or August 21st, 303-963-9201. Okay, David said he had a bait and switch. What's going on, David? Who bait and switched you? Baited and switched you? Are you there, David?
I'm here. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Who did it to you? Who baited and switched? Oh, Mark, you have that hail damage too after the break, right? Okay. Go ahead, sir.
Stanley Steamer.
How?
I had 2 people come out last Friday to my house and showed them exactly what to do.
Yeah.
They were going to do the work on that day, but then they said they had a emergency thing. It was just a courtesy. They came out.
Yeah.
And I said fine, and they gave me a price.
What price?
$150.
Okay.
To do 1 carpet, 1 hall, and 1 room in tile.
And what happened?
So they said, we'll have to reschedule you for Monday. And I said, that would be fine. So this morning, I had all my furniture removed, including the heavy piano, onto my outside porches.
Yeah.
So that it would be free and open for them to do the work.
So what's the bottom line? What did they do?
Lady came in, says, nope, it's going to be $250.
Oh! Because the first time it was 150. The first time.
150. Yeah. And now it.
Did you by the way, did you cancel it?
Yeah, I told her to get lost.
Good.
I told her to get out of my house.
Tell him about Dan. Give me the number. And what is it actually called? The actual name? Because there's another one similar. I want to give you something you're not going to believe. You're going to love it. Get the name for me, Dan. It's Carpet Doctor, right, on a referral list. But there are other carpet doctors, so I want to make sure we get the right one. You won't believe, for $125, he will do your entire home, and he doesn't even have to look at it because it's not going to matter. He doesn't upsell. It's going to be $125. Dan, is
Carpet Doctor?
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to get to...
720?
Yeah.
298?
298.
0352.
Now, what's the actual name on the website?
Carpet Doctor Inc.
Now, remember, go to our referral list if you need to read about them. Carpet Doctor Inc. on referrallist.com. Now, here's the deal. There is no screwing around. I mean, no screwing around. You will get $125. It doesn't matter. And I'm telling you, I want you to call me back and let me know. $125. 298-0352.
This report is brought to you by ReferralList.com, the original list.
Pretty good looking drive in the Mile High.
My car.
How is it, Mark?
There's probably a good 30 hits on there.
And you could have seen it?
No.
She didn't?
No. I can definitely understand how she didn't, nor he saw it. They kind of okey-doked themselves in a way. They sold her this thing for $499.
Sold her the car?
Yeah, it's like a paint protection thing. So when they went to apply the paint protection, she brought it back. That's when everybody was looking. They saw it.
They have to fix it.
So no, the good news is I knew Steve would hand it. We've got the main guy for AutoNation on our side in this state. I mean the main guy. So they're going to handle it.
He's taking the 1,000, and he said, I want to cashier's check.
Oh, those two better fucking get along, or else the deal isn't going to go through.
Dan, do you want to call Robert after the show?
Remember the one I did? Which one did I do on air? I negotiated successfully, but it also pissed me off to the point because the one guy backed out weeks later.
I know, I remember.
Hey,
Rudy. Remember, Rudy came on.
But you like Rudy.
Oh, I love Rudy. If you don't get those things handled quick, someone backs out.
Yeah, what was his deal for backing out?
But they'd both be crazy. This guy'd be crazy not to take $1,000 or $1,200, and this guy'd be crazy to keep a fucking lien on his house.
They bet 1,000, but you know what? This consumer was right. He was right.
Oh, he was right.
You can't just substitute shit.
Oh no, and the good news for him, I started thinking, is this fucking conversation on the radio is all he had to bring to court. The guy admits
We're done with 3. We gave him carpet
He had everything. He had all the ducks in a row.
I can tell you, if my wife picked stone out, she didn't get that stone, it wouldn't be there.
Don't even talk about that.
Oh, it'd be horrible.
I'd love to tell your listeners why Social Security isn't a Ponzi scheme.
Wood and stone, they all have character to them.
Yeah, we were looking at courts on $100 home house. He doesn't have that anymore.
No, he does, but it's with the one that is not quick dry.
Tom Martino here. Listen, we got great news on
a number of fronts. First of all, on that countertop, even though the consumer, I think, is right in this, he settled for $1,000. So he's going to pay $1,000 more and be done with it. I think in the long run, it's going to benefit everyone. Mark checked out this hail vehicle. Mai said, I bought the car, and I did not know there was hail damage. They even said, and they admit, that they wrote a thing saying there was no hail damage because it was in a hail sale, and AutoNation admits they said there was no hail damage on that disclosure sheet, and it turns out there was hail damage. We want to know, did they do it on purpose? Probably not.
Nah, no way.
You could not see it, right, Mark?
Well, until I got up and was really looking for it, there's no way.
Is it on the lid, on the top?
It's on the top is most of it, and some on the side.
And it's a tall vehicle, right?
Yeah, it's a 4Runner. It's pretty tall.
So...
I had to stand up on the thing to look at the top.
And they're going to step up, right?
Yeah, Steve over at AutoNation, they generally always handle stuff that's their fault.
Okay.
So I'm assured if it's their issue, they missed it, which it appears to be, they're going to handle it.
That's great. Eric, what's up with you, Eric?
Hey, Tom, I just want to comment on Centennial Schultz.
Yeah.
Back in January, my wife and I went to the seminar, and one thing Dr. Centeno said is, it's not high pressure. They explain things to you, and there was about 30 people in the seminar, and we went in, they did some ultrasound on several people just to take a look at things.
Good.
In April, my wife had her right shoulder and both her knees done, and here we are, 90 days past. Her right shoulder is great. Unfortunately, her knees didn't take as well, and we're having those redone at the end of this month.
But you have improvement in the shoulder for sure.
Her right shoulder is 100% better. Her right knee is about 60% better. Her left knee, which we found out was even worse than we thought, probably only about 20% better.
Now, were the knees bone on bone?
No.
What were the knees? What's the problem with the knees?
Just a lifetime of bad choices. She played sports when she was younger, and, really...
They just deteriorate.
Yeah, it was just deteriorating.
All right.
And it's PRP we're having done, not the stem cell, but it's PRP.
PRP, so it's much less expensive.
So at these seminars coming up, do you do the same thing, Doc? Do you actually take x-rays, or what did he say?
No.
What do they do?
Yeah, so what we're doing there is generally we'll give people a tour of the whole facility.
Yeah, but what was the procedure he said you were doing for some people? Screening. What was?
No, ultrasound. So,
ultrasound.
So we're saying, hey, what's wrong? Would you like to take a look? Let's show you what this looks like, and we'll do some ultrasound right there.
Good.
It's really helpful for patients because they can say, wow, I didn't know you could see all that stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, 303-713-TALK. Although we are running short on time, Casey bought a car with a bad engine. Casey, I'm gonna ask all the obvious questions. This is a used car, right?
Yes, sir.
I bet it's fraud.
No. How old is it, Casey?
It's a 2012.
Okay, how many miles on it?
40,000.
And really, only 40,000. Did you get it checked out?
Yeah. Well, that's what I did today after I.
No. Before you bought it, you didn't get it checked, though, right?
Oh no, I bought the car and then that's where I made my mistake. I bought the car and then decided to go get it checked out, but they didn't give me the option. Like my girlfriend, she went to AutoNation. They gave her the little where you could sign it and you can drive it for a day.
Yeah.
They didn't give me that option.
Well, who did you buy it from?
Sadly, the Sharpest Ride.
God, how many times do we have to hear that name?
Now, listen, Casey,
oh, man.
but I want to be fair. You said he didn't give you that option, but you also didn't have to buy it.
You're right. You're exactly right.
You weren't forced.
I made a rash decision.
No, I understand, and I'm glad you're admitting that because I want others to hear this, but that doesn't mean you should be ripped off. Now, I'm not saying you were ripped off.
I have heard the Sharpest Ride now probably 4 times in 30 days.
I think they suck.
Oh, man.
There's something wrong.
I've heard so many bad things about him since I bought the car, and I know I should have done my research because I'm very, very accurate about that.
Let's get to your problem. What's wrong with the engine?
So I'm shooting oil out of the exhaust, which is a reported, or they wrote it down as that there's no reported issue, but that's a major issue.
Wait,
you're telling me that a car?
What did you have it?
What makes that do it? What did the mechanic say?
Burnt rings. They just told me to go check it out at their mechanic shop, and I was like, no, you sold me a car
Casey,
less than a week ago.
What I'm asking is though, did you have it checked out yet?
It got checked out today.
By
we didn't ask the other obvious.
By who? Who checked it out?
Subaru. Sorry.
Okay. What did they tell you is wrong with it?
I have burnt rings. They're going to have to replace the entire motor.
Okay. So it can't be fixed easily.
What kind of car is it, man?
2012 STI.
I don't even know what that is.
And is it a Subaru?
Subaru Impreza.
Is it like souped up?
It's a Subaru Impreza.
It's got, I mean, honestly, it's hard to find a Subaru nowadays with anything done to it.
Okay.
But I did.
Yeah, but those little Japanese cars are ridden hard and put up wet. They really are.
I get that. But what they told me was an older man gave it down. And then when I went back the next couple of days, they were like, oh, well, an 18-year-old kid gave it to me. Well, you never told me that.
Yeah, but that's kind of stuff,
there was no
bro, but that,
issues.
I understand, but that's the kind of stuff you just have to be on the lookout for yourself. What you need to do now, are they willing to do anything for you? Let's go there.
They won't do anything.
Nothing.
They don't want to help me at all.
Technically they don't have to. And I know what you're saying. I agree with you that it's morally wrong if they knew about it. If they knew about it, that's the problem. Did they know about it?
Did it pass emissions?
No. Well, it's
still exempt, maybe.
It should be. But this is a thing, okay, so...
No, hold on, that was a very good question Dan just asked. Why didn't it pass emissions, or why didn't it need emissions?
It will pass emissions because it's tuned on corn fuel.
What? No, it won't.
So it's 115 octane. So it's ethanol. It's tuned on...
Oh my God, this is like a race car.
Yeah.
Well, that's where I tried to fix the car and replace it, but by the time I had it, it's shooting oil out of the back. And this is where I come at. If you have a car that's in a car lot filled with cars, you can't tell me that every time you start this car because it's had 200 miles on it.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, you bought it. I mean, unless they lied to you. If they lied to you straight up, that would be different and you could prove it. And again, you're going to say what? They lied, right?
Well, I mean, they told me that there's no reported issues.
Oh, well, then that's true.
Think that's false advertising.
No, maybe it's not. That sounds like cagey language to me. That's what it sounds like to me. That they were like dancing.
We should get about a 20, 25-year-old kid, and let's mic him up and get someone down there to go shopping at the Sharpest Ride, man. See what's going on down there.
Listen,
I've had a friend of mine tell me that they bought the car that was stolen from them, and they didn't know.
Did they say they would do anything at all? Anything? Hold on. Did they say they would do anything? No?
They would not help me. I would have to come up with $3,800 in profit for the things that broke on it. While I had the car.
Okay, man.
But
listen,
realistically, when I went to Subaru, they told me it's $10,000 to fix my motor.
Casey, I don't think we can help you. But Mark, do you want to take a look at it? Hold on a second. Hold on.
This is Dan Kaplis. I believe.
He's not running corn through.
He said it passed emissions running.
Dad, tell him to call back a car. We can't help this guy. We can't. We just
He's been souped up. He's run alcohol.
Yeah, I know.
That's why it burns ring.
Well, no, but but they have real high compression. That's why they run alcohol.
Yeah, but that's not normal for God's sake.
No, where do you even get that turbo? I'll bet somebody built this car. I'll bet it's got an oversized.
Runs off tequila.
Yeah.
You just can't do it.
They built these it's built as a hot rod, but it wouldn't pass emissions with spitting oil.
No, absolutely not. And then he says, well, I've got pure alcohol in it. Well,
but it only spits oil when you hit the button.
Well, they said they wanted to do something for him, but there's $3,300 in damage since he got it. What did he do?
He said he tried to fix it.
He ran the shit out of it.
Oh, he tried to fix it.
Okay. You can rip yours up. I just don't want the ones that was faxed and Mark had it.
He ran the shit out of it.
Well, he said he tried to fix it too.
No, there's nothing he did right, including buying a car like that.
Absolutely. So I got me on the phone with somebody. Tom.
Oh,
thank you for doing that.
It's crazy, man.
Well, I'll get those all cut.
Okay. I learned something every time you come in.
Yeah,
love your scrubs.
It's wonderful. You don't have to think about what you're going to wear.
There you go. Yeah.
You know what? He just brings something up. I might go to Amazon and just order scrubs and start wearing scrubs.
And say you're a doctor?
No, I wouldn't even say it. People will assume it. Just like they assume that Clinton